What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the Den, man. The Den is the best conversation on the internet. And the reason why it's the best conversation on the internet is because the reason why it's the best is because you people make it great. You people. What do you mean, you people? You people make this the best conversation on the internet. The diversity, the inclusion, the variety of opinions, man, it's all so wonderful. And I thank you all for being here this evening. We're going to have some social commentary from a realistic perspective. We're going to talk about facts and feelings, man. And this should be very, very interesting. So first, let's do the proper housekeeping. Y'all know how it goes. Again, hey, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. You can follow my personal social medias at Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you. Shout out to everybody who has followed. I appreciate it. Man, if you enjoyed the content, hit that like button. Let YouTube know that you enjoy. There's some good content going on in this corner of the interwebs. Hit that sub button if you're new, man. We go live every night, 10 p.m. Central Time. And we go live Monday through Friday, weekdays. Cause I love y'all, but I ain't fuck with y'all weekday mornings. 10 a.m. Well, I guess when the little graphic shows up, it helps, right? Let's try this again. 10 a.m. Central Time. And so shout out to everybody who's been rocking the last, we've done about 2 or 3 weeks now of the morning shows, and they've been really good. I think that we've learned a lot from one another, and I think that's excellent. Make sure you go to denshowpodcast.com. Listen to the podcast. Available on all major platforms. Not quite on Spotify yet. I still got to put up a couple of things, but when it gets there, I will let you know. Follow the Den on all the proper social media for the actual community. Because again, I don't think this is a channel. I think it's a community. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Den Show Live. If you want to send an email, you can hit it to denshowlive@gmail. I am the Freestyle King. I don't care what little flipping ESG say. Yes, I'm aging and I'm dating myself. If you're from the city, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, well, you're just going to miss out on that joke. You know, some jokes ain't for everybody. If you want to support the channel with a one-time donation, you go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. All love is appreciated. Shout out for everybody dropping them Denjamins. I appreciate the love. And if you want to make a monthly pledge to the channel, go to patreon.com/The Den Show. And shout out to James, shout out to Stina Starry-Eyed, Diana, Dan the Man, and Miss Goya. I appreciate you guys having faith in the channel and making a long-term pledge to the movement. So, with all of that being said, I think I hit on everything we're supposed to hit on. I think I did. If I missed it, well, we'll get it on the back end. So, you know how this is going. I'm going to speak my mind on a couple of things, and I'm going to address some pertinent issues. But before we get into that, let's see who we have joining us this evening. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm going to be honest, I was late because I was eating. I made a sloppy joke, and I was, I had to eat it. Let's see who we got joining us this evening. Let's get to some good conversation tonight. I hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all are active tonight. I want to know exactly how you feel. Culture the Noob is Nacho's live stream. What's the motherfucking deal? C. Maria Savage Donald Trump. Let me see. What's the motherfucking deal? Who gave Heidi a wrench? I don't even know who this person is and how they hacked my stream. SMTH. I don't know how to pronounce, like how it's supposed to be. I keep wanting to say Smith every time I see it. I don't know how you would go about pronouncing it. Is it just SMTH? Does it mean something? Let me know so I can, make sure I address you properly. AB, what's the motherfucking deal? Sweetberry, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. What we got going? Kanisha, what's the motherfucking deal? Rashida, what's the motherfucking deal? Aunt Slack, what's the motherfucking deal? Marie Lovely, always good to see you. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. My name. So you maybe get your husband to watch. Hey, couples that watch the Den together, get it in together. I don't know how that goes, but hey, I'm sure that works, right? CJ Jones, Lil Baby, Professor Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. 335, what's the motherfucking triple OG, quadruple OG, 335 in the house, man. What's the motherfucking deal? Everything Life with Nikki motherfucking Nicole, what's the motherfucking deal? Only one lie, good to see you. T'Challa, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Dusty Nuts. Appreciate the sub. Betty Spaghetti. That is hilarious. Dusty Nuts. And your nuts get dusty. You got to get some action. You don't want to get no friction when you get the attraction. Vici, what's the motherfucking deal? Female Pimp, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Just say Smith. That's cool. All right. Appreciate it, Smith. Let me see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. Hey, man, look, Jack. If I missed you, I ain't did. Shelly Long. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me make sure, man. 'Cause, I don't want y'all to feel left out. We have a nice community here. Terrence G, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Good to see you. All right. Then a couple of do it doggy style, like both catch. So that's the way to do it. That's efficiency right there. So let's talk about it, man. Facts versus feelings. And I'm not gonna lie, a little bit is coming from talking about the Brendan Weber situation that just took place. Now, I didn't jump on it immediately. I heard about it when it was going on. I was just kind of like, they niggas just in Memphis tripping like niggas in Memphis do. But I didn't know the details of the case, more so what it was about. And then, you listen to some parties, another unarmed, innocent black man gets killed. And you wait a few days, you hear some new details come out. Okay, there was some action behind this, right? There was some things going on behind this. And so I've been looking at both sides of the story, and I knew when I came with my perspective, I already knew how it was going to be received. I told my old lady before it even, I said, boy, I can't wait. There's going to be plenty of coons and Uncle Toms and all that shit. I can't wait, because what's going to happen, as it always happens, is when somebody cannot dispel what you're talking about, when they can't prove what you're talking about, but they want it to be this, but it's not this, it's actually that. And they start with the name calling. They start with the dismissive. If they just don't want to hear, and we have some people who are like that, just don't want to hear what you're saying, because it sounds bad to them. They don't want to feel bad about decisions they make or things that they do. Makes them feel bad, or they can relate to what happened, and so they don't want to. And that's fine. That's fine. But don't get mad at me and call me names because you can't dispute it. Facts deserve facts. Feelings deserve feelings. Okay. But when you come at my facts with your feelings, then you've already kind of given away to the argument, right? And so my thing is this, and everybody's entitled to feel how they want to feel, but that doesn't allow you, that doesn't change the story, that doesn't change the narrative, or whatever's going on. Well, my thing is this though. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about other things that are going on. And if you didn't catch the Brandon Weber video, it's what happened in Memphis is little dude was wanted by the U.S. Marshals. Okay, even though somehow this is some Illuminati plot. The U.S. Marshals. That's not your local cops. That's not if you just a little local hood nigga just causing havoc in the hood. The U.S. Marshals want you if you've done some federal dirt. Okay, that's not fucking local antics. That's not, I got beef with this cop and he trying to set me up. Okay? Federal shit is when you're doing state to state and you are committing shenanigans, or even if you go out of state, if you cross state lines doing these shenanigans. Okay? That's exactly my name. And that's what people got to realize. You can love the people. I got people in my family, I love them, but they fucked up, got some fucked up ways. I'm not going to dismiss this because they're my family. I'm not going to say, well, this, that. They fucked up. I love them because I'm related to them. I fuck with them because I relate to them. I don't fuck with them whether I'm related to them or not, whatever it may be. But if you fucked up, you fucked up. And that's what we got to get away from. It's okay to say, hey, man, I care about this person. I think it's fucked up what happened. I don't think it's right what's happening to them or, their situation. But they fucked up. And that is what it is. But let me keep going about old buddy so we have a little bit more context into this story. The guy had several felony warrants. He was no stranger to court. For some reason, though, he kept getting these charges but was never prosecuted. So I don't know what's going on in Memphis, man. A good old Memphis, man. It's hard out there for a pimp. But we're supposed to believe, people are saying, everybody, the media is going to pass up these pictures, which were from a few years back, him graduating high school. That's cool. But let's go with, I'm a person that believes in doing the most recent thing that you're doing. And the most recent pictures you have are you flaunting stacks of cash, you got a bunch of guns, you smoking weed, and y'all know me, I have no problem. I have no problem with smoking weed. I think you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want to in life, but just realize there are consequences to every action. So if you're going to claim and you're going to identify yourself, that's fine. But if somebody come around you and treats you like that, then you're going to have to deal with that. Accept everything that comes with it. If you're going to be a motherfucking gangster, hey, you're going to have to deal with some gangster shit. You know what gangsters have to deal with? They have to deal with other gangsters. They have to deal with the laws. That's just how the fuck it happens, man. If you make yourself hot, aka a hot boy, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all, folks be saying, it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back to you. So if you're putting yourself out there and you identify yourself publicly with a bunch of guns, with a bunch of this and a bunch of that, right? Now you got felony warrants. This ain't your first felony charge, but now you got felony warrants. You done did some shit in another state. Back in your mind, you knew what the fuck you did. If you pull that move, you know what you did. There's always gonna be consequences. You're always gonna be looking over your shoulder, right? So, if it ain't the Jack boys coming for you, it's the boys in blue coming for you. Some boys coming for you. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Somebody's coming for you, man. And so you got to deal with your actions. Everybody wants justice for this guy. What about the guy that got shot? Does he not deserve justice? He trying to sell a car and old buddy shot him up. Does he not deserve justice? Baker man, what's the motherfucking deal? You know what I'm saying? Does he not deserve justice? But hey, Boys in Blue may be the biggest gang. We know that. But if you choose to be on the opposing side deliberately by your daily actions, and you know eventually you're going to run into them boys. That's them out there right, whatever they're siren going, they out there somewhere right now, goddamn. But that's what I'm saying. So if you choose to live a life on the other side of the law, guess what? You're going to run into the law. So all I'm saying is this. Let's not dismiss what's blatantly obvious, the facts. Okay, there's many other situations we can talk about the facts. And in this particular case, the facts are this. This man was gang affiliated, because if you go look at any of his pictures, he's got that same shade of green on. In his hood, when they were wilding out, they were throwing up sets. Everybody throwing up sets at the cops. I guess they expect the cops to throw up sets back at them. I don't know how that goes. All these niggas rocking the same shade of green, bandanas tied around their head, whatever else is going on, right? That's a clear sign of this is a certain neighborhood that reps with a certain identity, right? It is what it is. So let's say, oh, he was an honor student. Well, more recently than an honor student, he was a gangster. It is what it is. More recently than an honor student, he'd have shot somebody. It is what it is, man. More recently than anything is, hey, people change. What you were in high school, you are now. How many of y'all, well, some of y'all young, but how many people are still the same person they were in high school, man? You know what I mean? Let's be real. Shit changes, you know? Because I'm a coon for pointing out the fact that, hey, we got some fucked up people on our side of the law, on our side of the ball. And well, why don't you point out white on white crime? I don't know the last time y'all checked, man. I don't know if y'all the tint on your screen is adjusted properly. But surprise, surprise, I'm a black man. I'm no part of white on white crime. You're more likely to get hit up by somebody in your own environment than anybody else. These are facts. The things that bother me, I'm not saying that the police interaction situations are not a problem, because we saw the one in Phoenix, and I find that one to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? That one, to me, is an issue. Now, this is not going to dismiss the fact that you let your little girl steal a doll, right? This is another story. This is separate, all right? This is separate. The situation where the cops basically have a bust a cap in your ass, get the fuck down, fuck you, all that other shit. That's not professional. That's not a manner. When you're talking about a lady with their kids or whatever, and if you're going there over a stolen doll, now if it was a different situation, you thought these people were being violent or there was some shit going on, that's different, right? But did they handle the situation overly aggressively? Yeah. They could have handled that a lot smoother. I think that was fucked up. That personal incident, I think, was fucked up. Not that they didn't need to be, handled for whatever situation it was, but not in the manner in which it was. It was over aggression for the situation. When you're a man, you handle a woman, there's a certain way I think that it should be handled. And when you tell them, get the fuck down, or bust a cap in your motherfucking ass, I'm gonna do all this other shit, it's like you got the itchy trigger for it. I think that situation was more fucked up than this situation. If you're dealing with a motherfucking self-identified gangster, self-identified affiliated motherfucking gangster, who you believe just shot somebody because they wanted something they had. What are you supposed to say? Hey, Mr. Weber, let us talk to you. What's going on? Can we talk to you about? Come on, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't know what y'all be thinking. Like, you just gonna tell them, hey, come here. And they gonna come here and chill out. Like, I don't know what y'all be thinking. And I'm telling y'all this because I'm associated with people like this. And so I don't know, maybe like a lot of people are on the other side of things and never been in certain experiences, and they just think it just works this one way, like there's this miracle man. Shit, half of y'all sit here watching Cops and all these other shows and see the little shit. I mean, come on, let's open your eyes, man. I'm not sitting here saying that, I'm rooting for every time the law enforcement does something. But let's be honest, it's a difficult job. I would never do it. Shit, when I was still eligible to do it, I wasn't gonna do it. I would never fucking do it. It's not something I want to do. Look, I fuck with y'all. I don't fuck with y'all that much. I ain't finna be risking my life for y'all like that. I love the den. I love the den, folks. But at the same time, it's a dirty job. You want to go home to your motherfucking family too, right? So if you're getting a piece of paper, a document that says this man has no regard for human life, he's armed and dangerous. I'm gonna tell you this from sitting in county with some armed and dangerous motherfuckers, man. Okay, so who's gonna regulate the situation, female pimp? Who's gonna regulate the situation? That's what I'm saying. Somebody's gonna get paid to regulate the situation, or you just gonna let niggas run amok and terrorize. Because let's be realistic, there are terrorists in our own neighborhood. They shouldn't have authority. So who should have authority? This is what I want to know, because I hear these things and they sound good, and I understand where you're coming from. Like I used to be of the other belief. Well, you know, this and this. You know what happens is when we accept bullshit standards from our own people. You know what I'm saying? When we accept bullshit standards from our own environment, then we get bullshit. You know, it is what it is. Because once they wipe out this environment, what's going to happen? It's the people in them other nice neighborhoods. We don't want them coming over here. You guys regulate that shit in that neighborhood. So my thing is this. Who's going to regulate? Who's going to keep it in line? Who's going to keep it in line if you don't have people who are paid to do the job, right? You telling me these niggas from the hood they're gonna go around and just make sure everything's on the up and up? Come on, we know better than that. And then what's the word? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So you start telling these dudes, okay, well, hey, y'all in charge of the hood. Y'all gonna hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, and what's gonna happen? They're gonna become the police. They're gonna do the same thing that y'all saying the police are doing. That's how it works. So all I'm telling y'all, man, it sounds good in theory, in our feelings, but let's be real. Let's get facts. You know what I'm saying? How so better than the police? Well, because there's niggas in your neighborhood. Why is it not getting handled before the police ever get involved? How are they regulating before the police ever get involved? How won't they be on the dumb shit? Is it okay because, oh, well, at least they'll be the same race killing each other? Is that how it works? Because what we have is, and I kind of jumped off because female pimp was talking about, you know, we need, the police shouldn't have the authority. Who deserves the authority? But here's the deal. I want to have this conversation. I want to talk about everything tonight. It ain't got to just be police. Let's just talk about everything tonight. Because we've had situations where we discuss relationships. We've discussed laws. We've discussed all kinds of things. There are facts. There are feelings. We can talk about Trump. You know, the people who don't like Donald Trump and who do and who like Obama, who don't, whatever. Let's talk about facts, not feelings. Excuse me. Let's get into it tonight. Let's get it fired up. We'll have a nice day tomorrow. I want to get fired up tonight. God damn it. If you got hate in your heart, let it out. Hey, every weekday morning, 10 a.m. Central. So this is the weekends. Y'all ain't getting no 10 a.m. dens. Nightly, live every night, like right now. Even though it's like 10 at double 10. denshowpodcast.com. Make sure you check that out, man. Like I say, we're going to start doing some if you just want the audio. You just want to listen in sometimes. It's going to be active. Hit that Den Show shop. Get some of that Den Show. Hey, that's unfortunate. Go get you one of these shirts right there. You feel me? Patreon.com if you want to make a monthly pledge to the channel. You can go to patreon.com/The Show. Shout out to all the Patreon supporters. If you want to donate a one-time donation to the channel, you go to streamlabs.com/The Show. Follow all the proper Den Show socials. Den Show Live on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. denshowlive@gmail.com. Hit that like button, hit that sub, even hit that dislike button. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't like what we talk about tonight, it's all good. I still love you as long as you're showing some damn engagement. I ain't tripping on you. Hey, you can always call the Den whether we're live or not, 833-284-3336. You know, send a text message, send a screenshot, send a picture, whatever's on your mind, whatever you got going on. If you have something to share with the den, it's always available. If I don't get back to you, then I don't. It's always active and available. Now, let's get into some conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's get in this discussion. I want to hear it. Let me cut the line open. Let me get it active. I want all the smoke tonight. Let's get this thing fired up. We need to show some emotion tonight. Goddamn. Nothing. So the funny thing is, the people that you're riding against aren't even the people that shot him, right? You're riding against the local police when it was the U.S. Marshals that came in. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but who's to say that your decision to make a killing is justified? Who's to say that you're justified in killing that person? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to figure out again. A lot of let's get real. Let's get real tonight. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening? Prepaid. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind? How you feeling about tonight's topic, man?
Man, I'll get back to the crib, so hopefully my phone won't be fucking up. But you know, I want to start by saying R.I.P. Brandon Weber. And as your shirt said, that's unfortunate. Do I feel bad? Nope. Am I sad? Nope. Do I feel like the cop was in the wrong? Nope. Do I feel he got what he deserved? Abso-fucking-lutely. And to everybody in the chat who say shit like cops are corrupt or the cops shouldn't have the power, this is the reason why cops are so motherfucking aggressive when they come around us. Because there's a Brandon Weber in every last hood. In every last hood. The cop don't know if they pulling over a nigga who just getting pulled over for a speeding ticket or if a nigga got a fucking Draco in the car.
Straight up.
That's the problem. That's the problem. That is the absolute problem. And for people who get mad, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I promise you I don't. Because the crazy part about it is, y'all can sit up here and yell this Black Lives Matter bullshit, but guess what? What if it was you selling your car? What if you, a model citizen, was selling your car, and this motherfucker put 5 in you for no reason? Left you on the side of the road to die. What if it was you? What if it was you who was sitting on the side of the road and you got 5 bullet wounds in you for no reason? Because a nigga decided he gonna steal your car. Think about that. You want me to be upset because the motherfucking U.S. Marshal laid this nigga down? I don't have no pity for that. I have pity for the person who went and shot 5 fucking times, dog.
Straight up.
Here's the idea. And it's so funny that they keep posting this high school pictures. Because, Honcho, let me tell you something. I was a good kid in high school. The nigga I am right now, I'm dangerous than a motherfucker. I'm dangerous. My life is good right now. I'm telling you something right now, bro. If shit went sour for me, it's a lot of people who lives on the line. I'm be real with y'all. Because the shit I know now compared to high school, I'm 2 totally different monsters. And this is not the same kid who was an honor student either. Created a fake Facebook account to go out here and rob this cat. Went across state line. Do you know how far that is to drive to decide you still gonna go through with this shit?
Exactly.
See, the premeditated motherfuckers are the ones who you're supposed to be scared of. Because they smart enough to think shit through. See, a regular hood nigga who was going to steal a nigga car would have shot him one time and got on up out of there. If he died, whatever the case may be. If the U.S. Marshals on your ass, you are not finna ram your car into them, trying to avoid barricades and get out with the strap. See, them criminals don't do shit like that. They put their hands behind their head and they go on, you know what I'm saying, might get hit, might not type shit. This motherfucker right here is awesome, you know what I'm saying? I can't take a pinch. I ain't going to prison. As long as he free, everybody life who we come in contact with is on the line. Now, I don't know about y'all, because I look at life a whole lot different than most people. See, motherfuckers depend on me every day. I got a family. So the Brandon Webbers of the world, either the U.S. Marshal lay you down, or if you come across me, nigga, I'm going to lay your motherfucking ass down. Off the muscle. That's why I keep it on me, because these type of motherfuckers roam around this world. That's the reason why the laws are how they are when they come to our fucking neighborhood. Yeah. So here's my question for the people who have this thing where it's an unarmed black man and they're just killing us and all this. You know, for all you SJWs, you social justice warriors, what if your father was a U.S. Marshal? What if your father was a 25-year-old vet who getting ready to retire? Go and execute that warrant, and this little young nigga run his car into your daddy and almost paralyze your daddy. How about with the strap and telling, let niggas know he ain't going to prison? How would you feel then? Or what if that was your brother selling his car and Brandon Weber ran down on him and shot him 5 times? How would you feel? See, it's so funny how niggas conveniently hate the police. Oh, fuck the police, hate the police. If a nigga broke into your car right now, who you gonna call? I know you ain't finna call it then. We can't do shit for you.
I'm stuck in the garage. I can't help you.
I can't do shit for you. I'm gonna tell you, you better call the police. See shit like this is eye-opening. And until you decide to focus on the facts, your feelings gonna keep getting involved with shit. See, I don't have no feelings for a motherfucker who ain't doing right in life. I don't have none. Power of choice. If you smart enough to create a fake Facebook account where it can't be traced back to you, run down on nigga Mississippi, steal his car, you could have came up with a scheme or something to somehow get some money in your pocket.
Straight up.
You could have found, if you smart to do all that shit, you can apply that shit to some shit that's going to get you some real money that you can actually hold and keep, that you can actually build some shit with. You could have thought of some shit. If a nigga smart to do this to go through this type of scheme and concoct some shit, you smart enough to get a regular 9 to 5 and be a successful person in society. All these women and niggas scamming now. They learn how to make credit card machines. They know how to do all this shit. If you know how to duplicate a credit card, how the fuck can you not get a job with benefits? How is that possible? The power of choice, man. It's the power of choice. And before I get off this phone, I'm gonna say it because I want to outrage some niggas. If you are a nigga living like Brandon Weber and you riding around, you thugging, and it's a whole lot of gang shit, okay, cool. Let me tell you something. You ain't a gangster till you do some gangster shit to some gangsters. And like my daddy told me as a kid, the only thing promised to a gangster is a grave. You reap what you sow. And if you out here living that life, you're going to get laid the fuck down too. It may not be by the cops, maybe by somebody you know, but sooner or later you're going to get what's coming to you. So you got anything for me?
Man, but ain't the message that is being said that he was a college student, right? And he was an honor student. So why would an honor student or a college student go do something like that, like concoct such a scheme to shoot somebody and steal their vehicle? Why would they do something like that?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Being a college student ain't got shit to do with a motherfucker premeditated murder, aggravated assault, you know what I'm saying? Assault with a deadly weapon. And this is the crazy thing about it. Me and Honcho ain't even talking about all the prior shit he had before that.
Exactly.
He had prior charges before that. That kind of shit don't mean nothing to me, man. I went to school with killers and dealers, bro. It's killers and dealers went to college. I don't want to hear that shit. And I don't even know why niggas are celebrating high school marriage. Nigga, everybody get a high school diploma. All you gotta do is show up for 4 years, and I guarantee you, on the last day of school, they gonna put a piece of paper with your name on it. Fuck is we talking about? Well, he graduated with honors from high school. What the fuck? And all the kids in PE class do jumping jacks. We ain't celebrating that bullshit. No, man, fuck him. Fuck him. He got what he deserved. And for everybody who in Memphis, man, my prayers are out to you, man. Please stay away from that bullshit. Stay safe. Because one thing about niggas was ready to tap their own neighborhood regardless of the fact. They just looking for the excuse. Because if you out here riding for a nigga who you know is in the wrong, They just want to tab CVS regardless of the fact. That's all that was. Niggas just wanted to go in there and steal some candy out of Walgreens. That's all that was.
Damn.
That's all that was. Y'all just looking for an excuse to go tap your own city. I tell you one thing they're not going to do, though, Honcho. I can tell you one thing right now. Niggas talk all that gangster shit. They'll go out there and be protesting versus Memphis police. Tell them to go run up on the U.S. Marshals and see what happens. There's going to be a whole lot of casket bringing, a whole lot of song singing. I tell you that. U.S. Marshals going to lay some niggas down quick. And you ain't got to have no weapon on you neither. They will lay your ass smooth the fuck down. Been authorized to do so.
Exactly.
So for all y'all shaking y'all head and everybody mad, put yourself in the shoes of that young man who we put 5 in. Why? Here's a better one, Honcho. If I was going to create a fake Facebook account, come to steal your car, you know what I would have done to you, Honcho? I'd have drove you somewhere far, put a motherfucking blindfold on you and told you to keep walking till your feet hit the water. Drove off and you'd have never knew who I was. You couldn't even identify the person who did this to you. Why you deserve 5 in you, bro? It's a miracle those niggas he shot survived. It's a miracle.
Exactly.
So if y'all don't want the cops to have the authority, I want somebody in the chat to tell me who the fuck gonna get it. And don't mention my name because I can't help none of y'all, and I ain't going to neither.
I got a question for you though.
What's up?
So how would it? What would the story be right now? Say the person that he put that 5 in when he went live at 5. What if that person would have just retaliated and they would have been the ones that killed him? Would we be still having the same story? Would we still be as mad about or would people still be as mad about what's going on right now if that man would have retaliated on him?
Well, of course not. See, everything about us in the black community is about our emotions. We let social justice warriors control our emotions, and we allow narrative be the most important thing. See, we care so much about the narrative of things. We want to hate the cops so bad, even when the cops are in the right. So when the cops do right, we still want to put it back on them. Now, you jump out, you know what I'm saying, the person who he shot 5 times had a right to defend his property. That's literally your constitutional right. You have a right to defend your personal property. He'd have laid his motherfucking ass out and we'd have never heard about it. It'd have been a carjacking gone wrong. It'd have been two retweets on Twitter. Somebody would have put a RIP on Facebook. Niggas would have got a shirt, you know, what it's called, spray, what's the shit called when they spray paint the shirts?
Airbrush shit.
They'd airbrush a couple shirts. They'd have created a GoFundMe because you know he ain't got no life insurance. And niggas would have went on about their business. A couple niggas would have sent that bitch, man, you heard Lil Brandon, you know, he tried to rob and then got laid down, huh? Yeah, man, you know niggas be wild, but shit, what you get into tonight? And that's all it would have been. But since it was the cops did it, they got to go put on for the city. They got to show they killing us. They won't do right by us. No, nigga, we killing us. Your actions got you killed. Your actions got you killed. And dog, let's go ahead and nip this in the bud right now, bro. Are there bad cops? Nigga, yes, there's bad everything. They once had a bad angel in heaven. Where the streets are made of gold. Where everybody got a mansion. There's bad everything, bro. But there's more good cops than there are bad cops. There was no malicious intent by the U.S. Marshals to go apprehend this dude, bro. There was no malicious intent. Because truth be told, if you want to keep it a buck, if they had malicious intent, they'd have sprayed his motherfucking car before he even got out of it. That's what I would have did. Because the most important thing for me at night is going home to my family.
Straight up.
Y'all think y'all hate these white cops. Y'all better hope they never make that shit don't go sour when I become a cop. I promise you I'm going home every night. There's going to be a whole bunch of niggas getting knocked off on my way home. I promise you.
I mean, that's the thing. Like everybody act like, well, you know, if they was in that situation, they'd have done different. Like you said it perfectly. Put yourself in that situation. If you were,
that's all you got to do.
If you on the other end, if you were that law and somebody, well, I'll never be a law. Okay, we know that because you would be one right now if you would have been. But if somebody is drawing down on you and you have the advantage to hit them first, point blank, what are you gonna do? You gonna wait till they get in position? You gonna wait till they start shooting? Fuck no. You gonna take your advantage. You gonna use your leverage. You gonna lay them down. That's it.
And Honcho, can we talk about something real fast? Because this keeps bothering me. Because I keep hearing about this story and they keep talking about this. Well, he was shot 20 times. Why did they shoot him 20 times? But listen, if the motherfucker keep moving, I keep shooting. Mm-hmm. If you come in my house tonight at 3 a.m. while I'm asleep, until I'm talking about I'm shooting everything. If the TV on, that motherfucker getting shot too. If the faucet dripping, I'm shooting that motherfucker too. Everything that move get hit. That's survival 101, man. Everything. I don't give a fuck what's going on. If the family dog in the way, he getting laid the fuck down. Mm. We're gonna take him in the back and bury his motherfucking ass. That's how this shit work, bro. Yeah. This nigga run his car and run his car until he try to kill you, jump out and draw on you. Man, you better light his motherfucking ass up. You don't stop shooting until your gun jam. That's how it works. Or you out of bullets. Y'all lucky I ain't a cop. I done loaded that clip, Honcho, then I threw my motherfucking gun and hit him in the head with it, make sure he was done. I don't give a damn. And I'm never going to be a cop. I'm never going to be a cop. I'll be the worst motherfucker out there. I'll be the worst motherfucker out there. I promise you. I'll be the worst one because I'm going home.
Yeah.
Because I'm going home.
Because that's the end game. That's the end game. You know what you're getting into. You know it's a dangerous situation. Every time you pull somebody over, you don't know what you get. And look, trust me, I used to be the biggest man. Fuck the police. And trust me, I've been through some situations. What's funny is because there's a lot of people who ain't never been through no nothing. And they just, speaking out of a different perspective. I've seen it straight up. I've dealt with good. I've dealt with bad. And like I told you, when I had to make adjustments and change my mentality and start thinking rationally about my life and then how I looked at other people's lives, man, the perspective changed, man. And you got to be realistic about a lot of that shit, man. And that's what it is. It's too much emotion. Let's look at what's really going on, man.
Bruh, the laws put me about 2 weeks ago, bro. The cop come to the car, aggressive as fuck. Hey, put your hands on steering wheel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, officer. Don't fucking move. Yes, sir, officer. Calm as shit. He finally calmed down and talked to him. He goes, man, I want to apologize, man. I was overly aggressive, so officer, I understand. He goes, but so much bad shit been going on in this neighborhood, and it's not you. It's not you. He goes, it's not you, bro, and I apologize. You didn't do nothing wrong. I just want to apologize. I said, officer, I want to commend you because you're doing some shit I could not do. You couldn't pay me enough. I ain't even asking what you're getting paid because you couldn't pay me enough. I don't give a fuck what they say. It could be 100,000 cash. You can keep. I'll stay doing what I'm doing. Good luck to y'all. Because you don't know who you pulling over when it could be your last, bro. The Brandon Webbers of the world are everywhere, man. You know how many niggas went to high school, went to college, and decided to start thugging? You know how many niggas is just thugging to be thugging? Come on, man. Fuck all that. Y'all can be emotional as y'all want to, bro. But until you in a situation around some gangster shit, and I know what's really going on, Honcho. See, majority of niggas who doing all this, let's go out here and ride and protest. See, these niggas ain't never really been around no gangster shit. They ain't never really been around nothing. They ain't never been around none of that shit. Half of these motherfuckers in the chat get mad when they find out how many guns I got. Why do you need so many guns? Why the fuck don't I need so many guns? You never know when Brandon Weber might come up in my house. He got to find out that today you done met the boogeyman. Mike Wick was waiting on your motherfucking ass. You met the boogeyman today. The only nigga leaving out of here is me. Yeah. That's why I stay strapped. Because people like this are amongst us every motherfucking day.
That's facts.
That's it for me, man. Y'all be blessed. And if you got a gun, keep that bitch on you at all times.
Straight up. Man, appreciate it.
Shoot first and ask all the questions later. Get an interview when you get done knocking the motherfucker off.
Straight up. You'll be able to talk about it.
Straight up. Fuck with me, Honcho.
I already appreciate the call, man.
Yep.
Let's get this thing fired up. Let's keep it going. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called in to the den this evening?
You got Professor Trill. What's up, Honcho?
Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind this evening, man? How you feeling about the conversation tonight?
Oh, I don't understand why I'm the only person, either in the sauce or the den, that has enough wherewithal to be able to correct you.
Okay, well, what you got?
When you're wrong.
All right.
and to call you a hypocrite when you being a hypocritical.
Okay, where
you
you at?
and prepaid motherfucking ass.
Okay, what's up with
Look
it?
here, because I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
Okay.
So let's interview you a little bit, Honcho.
All right. Let me get my interview posture on.
I'm not disagreeing with anything about the little dude in the green, the little thug dude got shot.
Yes.
I ain't talking about that at all. I'm talking about the dude that got hit 5 times.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Honcho.
All right.
A nigga supposed to be rolling up on you coming from out of state to buy a car that you want.
Yeah.
How you gonna prepare for that?
No, you expecting a normal transaction. Now, if you want to be smart about it, if you are a precautious person, you're gonna be ready.
Thank you. Why is that, Honcho? Because not only are you gonna be exchanging property, but of course he's gonna have a nice amount of money on him. Am I correct?
Correct.
So number 2, are you gonna meet him in some fucked up place, or you gonna meet him out in front of a police station or someplace public?
Oh man, hey, the wise thing would do it in publicly, but everybody not thinking like that. A lot of people do these transactions from your house. But go
That's
ahead.
precisely my point. You just answered your own question. He got what he got because he wasn't thinking.
But that justifies it.
Yes.
So it justifies him getting shot because he thought that the dude was a straight up dude. Okay.
When you do dumb shit, that's what happens to you. What he did was dumb. Number 1, you exchanging your property with a nigga you don't know. And also, it's a substantial amount of money involved with a nigga you don't know. You just gonna play that cool? You don't even bring a gun. Look here, man. I bought an amp from a nigga off some website. All right? I wasn't strapped at the time. You know what I did? As soon as I told old buddy I was gonna meet him, I called to my partner. I said, "Hey, I need you to bring the ooh-wop, man. I gotta go make this transaction. I'm on my way." So we rolled up on the nigga too deep. He was too deep. He had his boy with him. I had my boy with him. I met him at the Shell station over there, right outside of Houston. We did our little transaction, exchanged the bread, counted it, made sure everything was good, and then we went on our merry way. Why? Because we did it in a public place, and the fact I didn't know this nigga, and it was over a few $100s.
Yeah.
It wasn't a few racks.
Okay.
So come on, this is called when you use your brain for shit.
Yeah, no, this is understood. Now we understand because we've come from certain environments where we understand that certain things happen. Okay, and I'm not making an excuse for if you're dealing with something of this nature. Hey, you got to be as prepared as possible. But I can't justify that's a legitimate reason for old buddy to come around.
No, you can't justify it because you in your feelings. You feel
it
like
ain't no fit.
that's not right. No, let me finish.
It's about character. Okay, go ahead.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
You feel like he didn't deserve that. Which, if you choose to look at it that way, he didn't. But the fact that he had multiple opportunities to protect himself and he chose not to. Because he was giving somebody that he don't know the benefit of the doubt. You can't afford to be that lax.
But in a situation like that, in a transaction like that, don't you generally think the purchaser is generally the one that's more nervous? They're the one coming with money as opposed to
look
the
here,
item.
man. I don't know. I'm not going to divulge too much information. But when you messing with anybody, okay, no matter what kind of transaction you got going on, no matter what it is, one person may be buying or acquiring from another person. You don't trust nobody. You always got at least one person with you to back you up, man. At least. No matter what it is, bro. If you're doing something illegal or legal, you still got to cover your ass. You can't just be out there all willy-nilly, man. This a cold world.
Yeah, that's true. That's just true. But man, by the way I look at it, and I understand what you're saying. And look, I've done some things in my life.
It's a tough lesson.
Legal and illegal.
But it's a lesson.
And I've been one deep, and so I've been fortunate to not have to deal with too many problems in my encounters. Anything, that it was, we got it promptly resolved. But my thing is this, man. I feel what you're saying, and old buddy should be prepared. But who's to say that he wasn't strapped and he ain't get to his gun fast
Do
enough?
you notice? I want y'all to in the chat to hear what he said. I feel. See, this is what we talk about. Fact versus feel.
I said I feel what you said, but who's to say? Who's to say?
It's not about feeling what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is these are facts.
Okay.
The fact is he didn't know this person. The fact is he knew it was gonna be money exchanging exchanging hands.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is, how the fuck you gonna sell a car and you by yourself?
Mm.
Who gonna bring you home?
Maybe he was already at home. Maybe he didn't want to drive off.
Come on, Honcho.
I've seen it happen. Now, so I've seen people who feel most secure at home. They've been and some of the people have actually had some incidents. But all I'm saying is, everybody don't think. Can you fault people for not thinking as opposed to people who have?
Yes.
But can you?
Yes.
So you can fault them
Yes,
more
you
than people who
can.
have malicious intents?
Yes.
I can't agree with that one.
That's how they fall victim. That's how they choose their victim.
I can't agree with that one.
If you just as guilty, Honcho.
I'm just as guilty for wanting to make a hoping that we can have a smooth transaction. Now I know the way the world works, and I'm just putting myself in this man's shoes. I don't know who the man was that got
If
hit.
you know the way the world works, why are we even having this back and forth?
But I know the way the world. I don't know that man's life experience. The one who was making the purchase. Well, he could have been an old man. He could have been a young dude, just maybe trying to just get some bucks or whatever. He could have been a straight up stand up dude. He could have been a college student. I don't know the situation for the other. But what I'm saying is, everybody is not built a certain way. Can you fault them for that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Normally, Jay does.
That's how you hold somebody responsible, man.
Okay,
We've
but
been talking about responsibility for the longest.
yeah. Okay, but let's get back to the point. What if this man did have a gun on him? He just, he got caught lacking. But he did come prepared. He did come strapped, and old buddy just kind of caught him out of position, and he hit him up. So does that change the narrative?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So then now what does it become? If old buddy did come and he was strapped and he tried to make some proper precautions, and he just got caught slipping. So now what does the story become?
I think you would be right.
So a gun.
He did what he had to do to protect himself. He didn't just go out there and trust in a stranger, especially with some money.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Get real. What real nigga don't do some shit like that? Come on.
Okay. So you said so now. I mean,
Y'all can feel sorry for stupid people if y'all want to. I have zero sympathy. Zero.
But now, this man, made a fake Facebook page and did all this stuff and kind of set the frame in his favor. So what if he posed as a local or something like that? So maybe this man didn't think he was coming all the way from fucking Tennessee to Mississippi, which is a journey, and to come pull a stunt like that.
It's not really that far.
Oh, nigga, you a truck driver, goddamn. You ain't nothing for it. You cross country, nigga. Shit. Until you go international, you done toured America, goddamn. But my thing is, but let's get back to the main point, okay? I can see where you're coming from with that. I don't necessarily agree with you, but I see where you're saying, hey, stay protected. We know the world that we live in. I can see that. Okay. But let's go to the narrative that people are painting by using particular photos, particular pictures. He was a graduate, he was a father, he was, a son. Everybody's a son. If you're born, if you're a man, you're a son. If you're born, you're a daughter. If you're a female. Like I hate when people do that type of stuff. But he was a college student. They use all the old stuff, but the most recent narrative, you go on his own personal public Facebook page or whatever, he posted up with guns and money and, again, like I said, they got that little lime green flag that they rocking, that's their little set or whatever, because you see everybody in the hood with it. So again, people act like, oh, that he was just color coordinating. Like everybody and their mama got that shit on. That ain't there's a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so why do you think that when situations like this happen, and again, I don't know your whole feelings on the whole situation, if you felt like the cops were right or wrong or whatever, but do you think the laws were justified in approaching the situation with the way they did, knowing that all this information was out there? And why do you think let's be real with it, we as black folks, we seem like to be the only ones who really do it like that, associate with this shit. We know niggas out there head first. We know it's some hard heads out there. We know some wild ass niggas out there. But yet we try to justify when the loss of life happens. Why is that?
Because they stupid.
Plain and simple. Okay. Do you feel like?
Ain't no other. Look. Of course, one side trying to portray one narrative and the other side trying to portray the other narrative. But he all the same dude. Yeah, he was a gangster. Yeah, he was a college student. So what? But it ain't about what it was. It's about what the fuck he did.
Yeah.
He did some dumb shit, and he got killed for it. That's what the fuck you get.
Yeah. So
It's that fucking simple.
You feel like it was justified the accident that took place?
Use your damn brain. Say that again.
So you felt like the actions that the U.S. Marshals took were justified?
Absolutely, nigga. Ram me. Look, he already got bad intentions. Like, come on now. How much more of a fucking warning do you need? Now, I think prepaid went a little far talking about throwing the gun at a nigga. You sound like a coward ass nigga. You got to throw a gun at a motherfucker. Damn, nigga. What's wrong with you?
Man, what do you mean when you ran out of bullets?
You got to put your shit up, bro. It's a wrap.
But he said he just shot all. He once he run out of bullets, he gonna throw it at him. So you ain't gonna just make sure
Yeah,
you know.
but come on, man. Prepaid sound like he a coward in his own house. I'm shooting everything that moves. So if your kid fuck around and sneeze, you shooting them too, nigga? I know he was being sarcastic, but still.
And then better stay in the
You're
room.
not prepaid.
You hear shots of little niggas stay in your room, goddamn.
Nigga shooting up the flat screens and all that. Damn, nigga. Fucking up. Shoot that motherfucker, not everything. Focus, prepaid, focus. That's my nigga. I'm just fucking with him.
Yeah. So
I'm allergic to dumb shit, Honcho. I'm sorry. I don't have no sympathy when people do dumb shit. This nigga was a straight up thief. That's what thieves get.
yeah, I got no love for Jack.
Sorry.
Yeah. Look, I respect it. If you hustling, I respect the hustle. I get it how you live. If you hustling and you are making legitimate business exchanges, whether legal or illegal, I respect your hustle and you're willing to take that risk. I have no love for a jacker. Period.
No.
Ain't no excuses for it.
Because you literally taking something that somebody else that worked hard for. That's not cool. You didn't earn it.
Exactly.
It's different.
You can get no more than what that man put in work for. I can't respect that.
No.
Okay.
But I'm glad the title of this is Facts versus Feelings. I had to expose you a little bit. And I apologize, but you're going to get stronger for it, Honcho.
Man, I'm not going to. I'm not going to,
You're going to grow from this
I'm
experience.
normally going to agree with you when I feel like, you came in. I'm going to disagree with that point, Jay Dizzle. But I see where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from.
Because of the logic. Not about a feeling. It's the logic is there. You see the logic.
I don't know about logic. That nigga look white to me.
You can't allow yourself to feel that.
Okay.
But it's cool. It's cool.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate you sharing your feelings and views on that. Anything else you want to add, or even if it's not about this conversation, when it comes to facts and feelings, what else? Anything else on your mind?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna let somebody else call, and then I'll get riled up and call back because I'm sure it's gonna happen.
No, it's gonna happen tonight. I'm gonna make sure it happens tonight. I'm trying to set everybody on fire tonight. God damn it.
I just hope they don't take too long because I gotta go to sleep in a couple hours.
Already. Well, that's a bet, man. I appreciate the call there, Professor Trill.
All right, Honcho.
Already. Shout out to Professor Trill. Like I say, I understand where he's coming from. I don't necessarily agree, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? All right, that's enough of that. Goddamn Kawhi. I'm happy for you too, Kawhi. Goddamn it. Fuck all that bullshit. I know better than answering that fucking phone number, but I do it anyway for whatever reason. I just know some shenanigans are coming with those phone calls, but sometimes it's entertaining. What's the motherfucking deal we got calling into the den this evening?
This is Prepaid Michael once again.
Sir Michael, what's on your mind?
Professor Trill, let me help you out real quick, okay? And for anybody in the chat, first and foremost, y'all obviously not familiar with me. I got 6 guns in this house. I ain't scared of shit. In fact, if somebody decide to come in my house or in my dwelling period, I would just hope you walk in and just lock the door. Because you ain't leaving out this motherfucker, I promise you. When I say you shoot everything moving, let me paint a picture for y'all so y'all who don't know it. First and foremost, so you can avoid all manslaughter charges that could possibly happen, when you paint a picture with your gun in self-defense, that's how the cops know what really went down. If a motherfucker come in the house and you let off 2 shots, you hit him, boom, boom, boom. How do you know motherfucker can say that he didn't know me personally and he was coming to visit me and we got into an argument or something? You paint the picture for the cops to know what was going on. You shoot everything moving if you're in my position because I have great homeowners insurance. Fuck that TV. Because if I shoot the TV up, then we get a brand new one anyway, dummies. That's how this whole thing works. You paint the picture for the crime scene. So that's where everything get hit. I fear absolutely nothing. I could meet my maker tomorrow. I lived a great life. I fear absolutely nothing. Now on to Professor Trill, my dog Jay Dizzle. Let me tell you this, bro. I agree with you. If you selling a vehicle, man, you need to be strapped. You need to have backup. You need to think that shit through. But majority of people don't think that way, and that's why they become victim. They become victim of so many crimes because they wasn't thinking that way. Yeah. Majority of people think of shit like, okay, I'm finna sell this car. Man, I'm gonna sell this car. I'm gonna buy the vehicle. He didn't create a fake Facebook account, so you know he probably had a fake check where he didn't went into the bank and did everything he's supposed to do. He didn't did all this fake shit he's supposed to do, whatever. He not like me. This dude who got shot 5 times was seeing the good in people. I don't see the good in niggas. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't see the good in nobody. If you the pizza man and you get lost in my neighborhood around 11 o'clock at night and you ring the doorbell and I ain't expecting no company, I'm grabbing the strap off the muscle. I go to the door with it. I look through the peephole, pistol on my side. That's not about fear for y'all who are young right now. When you get older, you're going to understand what it means to be the provider, to be the protector of your household. Now, I'm not one of these people who just out here willy-nilly just shoot niggas for no reason. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm going to protect my ass and protect my assets. That's how shit works. Now, Trill, for you to say this man deserved to be hit 5 times, that's wrong, bro. Because if that happened to anybody you knew, you wouldn't feel that way. Is it stupid to go anywhere and not have protection on you? Yes, it's a very simple thing. And he almost learned his lesson with his life. But I don't believe he deserved to be shot, period. I don't believe that. I believe you're a good citizen, you're doing the right thing, man. You deserve to have a smooth transaction and go on about your business. I hate the fact that people like me in the world exist. I hate the fact that I feel like a motherfucker who got lost in my neighborhood, I got the gun drawn. You know what I'm saying? I hate that fact, but it's the world we live in. I hate the fact that, you know what I'm saying, it's so many guns in this house, and I feel like I'm fucking Rambo when shit goes sour. But it's the world we live in, bro, because there's bad people out there. But I will not justify somebody getting shot or somebody losing their life and they didn't deserve it. I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in that. Was it stupid on his part to let his guard down? Yes, I will agree with you on that because it couldn't have been me. And like you said, Trey, when you ain't had a gun and you call your partner who you know stay with it. If y'all don't have guns and y'all scared of guns, whatever the case may be, man, call your partner who you know keep that thing with him. Protect yourself. There's a lot of bad people in this world. That's right. That's what this world is. It's a lot of bad people doing bad shit to good people. That's the world you live in. And the only thing I request moving forward is that one of these bad motherfuckers come up in here and try that shit. All you got to do is come in here and try that shit. I've been practicing a lot. I've been waiting for this moment. You know who I feel like? I feel like Fred Van Fleet. I got Curry on me, and there's 16 seconds left. They need me to go out here and let that motherfucking thing go, and I'm going to let this bitch hang, too. Quick with it. That's just me, though, bro. That's just me. There ain't many people who have my mentality. That's just how I go about it. That's how I view shit. I view the bad in the world. If you are a good person, bro, and you view the world as a great place, and you don't think people really be robbing and shit like that, I don't want to corrupt your mind. Man, keep feeling that way. I pray that the world is always sweet to you. Because in my view and the shit I see on a daily basis, this world is sour, bro. It's sour like pickles. Good people who in college or honors in high school is out here robbing niggas. That little nigga stacking every picture. I've seen so many pictures of that little dude on his Facebook. That little dude stacking every picture.
Exactly.
That college shit was some shit he did just to, I guess, you know what I'm saying, to get his mind off the streets, I guess. So his little outlet, because he damn sure wasn't worried about school. That nigga was doing tutorials about how to roll blunts and shit. He was not worried about school. He was there for whatever reason. Maybe they had good lunch or something. I don't know. He ain't focused on college. And I'm telling y'all right now, for you non-believers, there's more people in the world like him than there are the guy who was selling his car who felt like he could let his guard down around this cat. That's just my personal opinion, bro. I will never fault a person who ain't doing nothing wrong. Now, if the little dude was doing something he had no business, and he wasn't trying to sell a car, he was trying to sell some dope or whatever the case may be, or some stolen shit, bro, it is what it is. You're a part of that. You're a part of that world. But if for a person who genuinely was trying to sell his vehicle and he had all good intent, he don't deserve to get hit like that, bro. Yeah. Don't nobody deserve 5 shots regardless of the fact. Period. Unless I'm shooting at you, and you're gonna get all them bitches. And, Phil, let me tell you something. If I say I'm going to throw that pistol at you, bro, I'm not scared. I done unloaded the motherfucker. What else you going to do with it? What else are you going to do with it? Bro, listen to me. If a nigga run down on me, and I let off a whole clip, and for some reason he ain't dead, I'm pistol whooping him with the gun. And if for some reason he survived that one, I'm going to get the next gun. And if he survived that one, I'm probably fighting the fucking Terminator. And I do have the AR-15, if y'all was wondering. I do have that thing too. So I'm finna knock some shit loose around here. That's how I personally get down.
Man, if that nigga survive all that, he gonna drop a rap album and go platinum.
You know what I'm saying? He deserve all the accolades. I'm gonna be riding those. I'm like, this is the baddest motherfucker in the world. I shot him 28 times. This nigga here is 50 Cent reincarnated, mixed with Michael Myers, bro. This is Michael 50 Myers. And you can buy the nigga album. This nigga's the truth. And let me tell you something. I shoot with precision, bro. I shoot with precision. I ain't been to the gun range as much as I used to. I used to go to the gun range every Monday, bro. I used to take my wife to the gun range every Monday. I used to live in that motherfucker because she couldn't shoot. She was scared of guns. She was petrified. Now she got 3 guns. So for some reason I ain't here and you decide to get bold over here, she well trained, I promise you. She well trained. And she gonna shoot everything moving just like I taught her. For everybody out here, man, who's scared of guns, man, do your research. If you're not a convicted felon, if you're a convicted felon, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sorry. Life ain't fair. Get you a friend who don't have a felon to carry the strap. Y'all get y'all concealed carry license, bro. It's not expensive. It's not very time consuming. Y'all get yourselves, man, and educate yourselves on how to protect yourself. Educate yourself. Some of y'all mentioned knives. I don't really know how to use a knife like that. No one ever taught me. Get you a knife, shit. Get you something. Get you a slingshot, shit. I don't know. Get you something. You need something. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, oh, I can fight. Well, guess what? The nigga who you fighting ain't gonna be fighting you back. He gonna have a gun. I promise you.
Niggas ain't fighting no more.
Them bitches are everywhere. You can go out here and fight if you want to. You can do all that swinging and punching you want to. That bullet gonna knock you smooth out. Unless you're Bruce Leroy, you can catch with your teeth. I don't know what to tell you. That's it for me. Y'all be blessed.
I really appreciate it, man. Oh, boy. The house of House Brooks in the house. What's the motherfucking deal, Broderick, man? What's going down? What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, man? It's Ferocious.
Ferocious, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind? How you feeling about tonight's topic, man?
Well, I really don't know too much about the fucking story about the dude getting shot 5 times or whatever. I've been asleep most of the day and shit. But, there was a time where I could say a little bit about it because, there was a time where I went to go buy a car and I walked up on the dude, and he had a gun out.
Yeah.
You know, but I really don't get phased too easy, so I just kept walking up on him. I walked right up on him and stuck my hand out, told him, you know, told him my name. The man put a gun to his side, shook my hand, and said, "Yeah." I was kind of confused because the Facebook didn't have no picture, because you know I didn't put no picture on my profile at the time.
Yeah.
And you know, he went and put the gun up. Everything was good. I bought me a '59 Galaxy. But yeah, most of the time you just be a man and face your fears. You know, it comes out good sometimes, I guess. But I guess it didn't come out good this time. But anyways, that's not really what I talk about. What I want to talk about, I think Professor Trio called in and said something about, you know, the motherfucker wasn't ready. He was lacking.
Yeah.
Right? So I got a story about this, you know, I don't want to say his name, you know, I don't want to put him out there, but, you know, this dude was staying with a chick, right? And I guess, you know, they had moved into, like, the chick's dad had bought a, but, you know, he had bought the house like 20 years prior, whatever, but he was living far away. He didn't have nobody to take care of it. So he told her, just go and move into the house, because I can't rent it out how it is right now, and, you know, you just pay the taxes on it or whatever, and this and that.
Yeah.
So she goes, she moves to the house, he moves in the house with her or whatever, but they're not dating.
Yeah.
So they fucking, she said, she comes up to him one day, and she tells him, "Hey, I know what you did last night. That's fucked up." So he's like, "What are you?" So he's joking. He's like, "Ha funny or whatever." She's like, "Nah, I know what you did last night. That's fucked up." And he's like, "Man, what you talking about?" She's like, "You're not gonna admit it?" He was like, "I can't admit something. I don't know what the hell you talking about." And so she was like, "All right." So she took off. So, you know, he went to bed, went to sleep. He said he woke up. His ass was tied, blindfolded. And she was like, "Hey, are you gonna admit it now? I know you was raping me last night." He was like, "What the fuck? Hell no, I wasn't doing that shit. Why the fuck would I do some shit like that?"
Yeah.
And she was like, it's only me and you living here.
Yeah.
It's only me and you living here." She was like, "I didn't do it." She goes, "You still not gonna admit it?" He said, "How am I gonna admit to something I didn't do?" So that bitch pulls out a needle, starts sticking him. And she's like, "Are you gonna admit it now?" He's like, "You know," she put a fucking thing in his mouth, like sock or some shit. She pulled it out. And she's like, "You gonna admit it now?" He's like, "I'm not gonna admit it. I didn't fucking do nothing." And she was like, "Oh, okay, so you saying that you're not gonna admit it means that you pretty much saying that you did it, but you're not gonna admit it." He was like, "Shit, yeah, whatever the fuck you want to believe, like, you know, stop fucking poking me with the needle." She was like, "Nuh-uh." He said, I guess he knocked him back out. He went back to sleep.
Yeah.
He woke up. This time she had like I don't know what the hell she was doing. He said he was getting electrocuted.
Damn.
So she was like, "Are you gonna admit it? Are you gonna admit it or not?" He was like, "Nah, fuck you." Because at this point, you know, he had got so mad, he was raging. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, fuck you, I didn't do shit to you, you know, this and that, bitch. Fuck you, I don't give a fuck about you. You know, as soon as I fucking wake up, get out of this shit, I'm fucking leaving. You fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And so she's like, nah, fuck what? Fuck me. So this bitch put him, like, I guess she put the electricity thing. She goes, "I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna go to the store, buy a Coke. When I come back, to see how you feel." So this bitch left him electrocuted, went to the store, got a fucking bottle, get Coke or whatever the fuck she bought, came back, took the shit off him, and he was like, "Whatever the fuck, like, if you want me to say I did it, fine, I fucking did it. Just stop fucking telling me shit." So she fucking, you know, I guess she knocked him back out. He wakes up. Of course, the motherfucker remembers all that pain and shit. He goes up to her, confronts her about it, and she's like, "You know, we the only ones living here." And he goes, "Look, it ain't me. It definitely ain't you. So let's do this. There's got to be somebody coming in here and doing this shit."
Well.
So he took a glass of water, and he put it by the doors, all the doors in the house.
Yeah.
And then when they woke up in the morning, you know, he goes, "We'll be checking in the morning. If it's moved, somebody open the door." because you can't close the door with moving that glass back.
Yeah.
So he went to the fucking, they woke up in the morning, they opened the door, and that fucking glass was moved. It was the fucking neighbor sneaking in that bitch raping her.
Wow.
Yeah. So, they got a fucking security system, but the thing is, you can't be caught lacking because it's fucking shit. It don't matter what you believe. These motherfuckers will get anybody, especially if you just out here believing some dumb shit. Like everybody with a smile got a good intention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say, man.
So what happened with the neighbor, man? Like they ain't handle up on that?
Nah, I mean shit. The neighbor fucking, yeah, of course they went over there and confronted them about it, and they told the dad. They told the dad and everything. The fucking dad was like, you sound crazy. Like my wife when we lived there, she was saying that the neighbors were coming in and raping us, and I was like, God damn, y'all need to get the fuck out of there if he's fucking, because this motherfucking neighbor's been doing that shit for like 20, 30 years or some shit. They know what they was. The mom was on some shit where she wasn't like I guess she wasn't having it, so like she split up with the dad, and she ended up getting killed in that house, which I don't know what happened there, but fucking what's saying? Oh yeah. So the girl, the dad and the boy, they didn't fucking. They didn't try to call no cops or nothing because they got that fucking mentality where we don't do that, we don't call the cops, I guess. I don't know what the fuck they thinking. Yeah. Saying if some shit going down like that, you need to call the fucking cops. Or you know what I'm saying? Like I for one, I'm going like fuck the police, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the police. I talk shit to them all the time. They pull me over. I'd be like, what the fuck you want? You fucking bothering me. What the fuck? One time, fucking police pulled me over. I was smoking some weed with my friend, and I told my friend, I was like, watch this, because I used to be real arrogant. Like I told y'all, I used to be real arrogant when I was a kid and shit. So I was probably like, I want to say around this time I was probably like 17. Cops pulled me over on, we smoking weed. I said, man, goddamn, I had just lit my blood up. Right. I saw the motherfucker at the stop sign. I'm at the stop sign. We was a 4-way stop sign. I seen him, like I said, I'm arrogant, so I like the blood in front of him. So, and I go straight. He gets behind me, pulls me over. I said, man, goddamn, this motherfucker won't even let me smoke my shit. So I put the blunt out. He walks up. I put my motherfucking hand up on the steer, one hand on the steering wheel, blocking him off and shit. Like, man, what? He walks up, taps on the window, or the window down. I said, boy, what the fuck you want? This motherfucker got scared. He goes, 1 second, sir. I was surprised because I was at that point, where I was surprised by him being scared because you at that point. I was at that point in life where I was just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go to prison one day. Fuck it. The sooner the better because the sooner you get out. So go to prison for something. That was just my mentality back then. So I want to stress his point. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So fucking cop. He goes back to his car or whatever. He comes back and he was like, "Are you he asked me if I was a prosecutor or a fucking DA, a district attorney or some shit." And I was like, man, look, I ain't got time to be answering these goddamn questions. What the fuck you want? He goes, you know what, sir? You can go ahead and you can have a nice day. I said, what? I said, damn, you ain't even gonna ask me for my license, my insurance, nothing. He goes, well, why are you talking like that? I said, man, you know what? I'm gone. So I fucking roll the window up. I light my shit up in front of him and I take off. And I know it sounds like a crazy story, but this shit goes, shit like that goes on all the time. Because I guess, I guess they get scared. They're gonna get in trouble by their boss or some shit. He must have thought I was working, with the district attorney or some shit. But yeah, man, the fucking that ain't the only time, fucking if you need to, so you got some shit like that going on in your life, like the first time I was telling you, the fucking with the bitch getting raped and shit. Yeah. Man, you need call the cops, man. Because even if you got the mentality like I do, talking about fuck the cops and shit, fuck, hey, the motherfuckers work for you. You know what I'm saying? You could talk to them how you want. If it's just like fucking if you're a boss to some employees, you might not like your employees. The motherfuckers still work for you. You can make them do what you want. So shit, even if they don't, even if they don't want to help you, they still gonna get in trouble. You know, they're gonna get in trouble if they don't help you because it's their fucking job. They took an oath to all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you can't be caught. You can't be caught lacking out here. You can't be caught lacking because the motherfuckers are everywhere. When I say them motherfuckers, I'm talking about them motherfucking undercover. I'm not talking about them undercover homosexuals, but them motherfuckers is out there too. Okay, motherfuckers, undercover demons, undercover devils, whatever you want to refer to them as. Them motherfuckers with bad intentions, they everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And not, sometimes they could be the least person you expect. Like, you think police officers don't fucking rape people? You think fucking judges don't break the law? You think, district attorney, like, you know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers got the most power to abuse, authority to abuse. That's why people don't like authority. Because if you give a motherfucker authority, he can abuse that shit and make you feel small.
But do you think
now you out here feeling fucking fury?
Okay, so I got a question for you because somebody said, "Hey, well, the cops shouldn't have authority. They shouldn't be allowed to do this, that, and the third." But do you feel that authority works that way with anybody? Even if you give, say, you had regular people policing the neighborhood and they get a little bit of authority, do you think they would abuse it also?
Oh hell yeah! But the thing with that, I think like if you have some shit going on where like how they do the jury selection, where like everybody goes and be the jury for a trial or whatever. If you did some shit where like people had to police their own city for like a couple weeks or a couple months or whatever, and then they get, I don't know what you call it, fired or whatever, let go, laid off or whatever, and they put some more people in, different people. That way everybody would be policing, but not at the same time. But they would still be scared of each other, but at the same time they know they have that power one day. You know what I'm saying? I think that would probably work. But why listen to me? You know what I'm saying? I'm just an average Joe. So.
Okay. Well, that's a BT, man. If you get a chance, man, check out this story because I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, man.
What's the key word on that? I was gonna look it up. But.
Look up Brandon Weber, Webber.
Oh yeah, Brandon Weber. Okay. I'm down. Hey, but before I get off, I did read that story on the shit. Them people, that little girl stealing the Barbie doll or some shit.
Yeah.
Cops pulling out guns out and shit.
Yeah.
Hey man, that shit was just straight up fucking wrong. Yeah, they were stealing, but goddamn, they ready to fucking shoot somebody over fucking stealing. Like, okay, yeah, I understand they were stealing, but shit, you know what I'm saying? They got the kids right there and shit. You pulling guns on them and shit.
Yeah.
So, hey, sometimes these cops is just straight up out of line, big time. I saw a video last summer. This motherfucker was, I guess that he had stole something, and the store manager didn't want to let him leave, so they called the cops. The two cops that had got there were like old ass white women that were fucking like shouldn't even be fucking working in that fucking uniform. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't even what they call that shit, on the beat or whatever. They shouldn't even be out there working that kind of shit. So they called a bigger cop, but the bigger cop that showed up ended up being that guy's cousin. So he was like, "No, I'm fucking leaving." And the big cop like, "No, you shut the fuck up." So they start wrestling and shit, and the guy's trying to fucking run, and they wrestling and shit. The fucking old lady cop like pulls out her taser, starts tasing the dude. She reaches down and tries to fucking like human reaction. I'm fucking getting hurt. You fucking want to pull the taser away. This bitch. Fucking, when he reached for the taser, she pulled out the gun, shot this nigga in the chest in front of both his kids and his wife. Now, that's fucked up. Yeah, I could understand, she didn't they should have called for backup or something on that shit. I mean, I don't mean to take over your den show or whatever. I talk about this other shit, but I'm just saying, sometimes them motherfuckers is out of line, and that shit we don't register that shit with their face. We register that shit with their badge, because there's a lot like shit. There was another lady. She was interviewing a dude at her job. Like, I guess she's a sheriff fucking deputy or whatever. She called the dude to be interviewed. I don't know how investigated or whatever. She wanted to talk to him about breaking a crime or whatever. So he shows up. She ended up having her son there. Her son put his phone up to record it. to record the interaction. I guess he don't like cops, like he don't like his mom or whatever. Anyways, so he puts the video camera up. She fucking starts arguing with the dude. She's like, "Well, you're gonna be under arrest today." He goes, "No, I'm not." And so she stands up. She goes, "Yeah, put your hands behind your back." He's like, "No," and he he turns away. He don't push her or nothing, but he turns away. Well, she's trying to fucking wrestle his arms. He's trying to turn away and back up without being violent towards her, and she ends up dropping the gun. So he backs away from the gun, and she's like, "No, don't let him go for the gun." And so she's not even fucking going for the gun. She picks the gun up and shoots him and kills him. Then she writes the report down like, "Oh, he went for the gun, this and that. He was coming at me, and the son never told her that he was recording, so he dropped the fucking recording in on the ass, and they still let her ass off, even though she had fucking lied on the police report and everything. That's why people hate the police." But
I think I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't know the outcome of it. But I think I heard about that story.
yeah, that goes on a lot, bro. And people don't wonder why people hate the police, because the motherfuckers is dirty, even dirtier than some of these motherfuckers out here. You getting mad because people getting frustrated with their lives. They get fucking like I tell you all the time. They get fucking frustrated because nobody gives a fuck about them when they're kids. They grow up, they see all these motherfuckers, people with authority, abusing their power and shit. So shit, what the fuck they got between us is just a badge and a gun. I can get a gun and have the same fucking power, So that fucking whatever that motherfucker that killed that dude with the 5 shots, he took the power in his hands. You know what I'm saying? And he lost, but that's going to continue to happen because hey, like I said, people don't give a fuck about kids. They let them get all frustrated, let them grow up, get all fucked up. Now you got them boys buying fucking dresses and shit, making the GDP pop like a motherfucking big ass pimple. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to fix that shit. They like the kids getting fucked up like that.
Man, that's a whole conversation. I gotta wait till Pride Month is over before I'm allowed to talk about it, because I start talking about it during Pride Month, they might cancel the then. They don't want us saying nothing that they view as negative. Because man, I seen some shit on Twitter, and man, I got so much to talk about that. I gotta wait till the end of June though, just to be safe.
All right, Honcho, I'm gonna go, man. I know I took a long ass time, but don't get caught lacking.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, bro. Man. Because I seen some shit on Twitter where they talk about that it's okay on Twitter to talk about child adoration, as long as what does it say? But you can't. I forgot what the other thing that said you could or can't do it. But it's some crazy shit going on out there that these people are allowing. You can't say nothing conservative, but you can talk about liking kids, and that's okay on Twitter. That's the crazy shit that's going on in the world today. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got called into the den this evening?
First of all, citizens of the den, don't listen to fucking Ferocious. Don't start talking shit to the police like you work for them and you they boss. Man, don't do that. Them motherfuckers will beat the dog shit out your ass, man. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's real dumb, my nigga. And speaking of dumb, which is the main reason why I'm calling in, Honcho, you finna to laugh your ass off, bro.
What's happening, man?
I just came back from Taco Bell.
Not again.
Bruh.
Nah. A different location?
Bruh. Yes. I'm in Michigan this time. I think last time I was in Tennessee, Georgia, somewhere.
Good grief.
I'm in Michigan. And I laughed when I said my order, Honcho, because I knew, and I said it as clearly as I possibly could. Look, I want 2 chalupas with ground beef and nacho cheese. Nothing else. Ground beef and nacho cheese. All right, I got you. I open my shit. It's got ground beef and sour cream. So I pick it up and I look at it. I start laughing. So I walk right back to the counter. And he was like, "What's the matter, dude?" I said, "I wanted ground beef and nacho cheese." He said, "Yeah, that's what I put." I showed him the receipt. I said, "You put sour cream." So he said, "Oh, all right, I'll just have him make 2 more." So he told the girl that came from the back that was gonna make my shit. And if you remember exactly the sequence of what happened last time, you know what she asked me? You said chicken and nacho cheese, right? Honcho, I bust out laughing in her face. I said, no, ground beef and nacho cheese. And there was a white dude that was ordering behind me. He was standing next to me. He was like, damn, how y'all not get that right? He said, you almost screwed it up 3 times. Damn, that's simple as I don't know what. And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, my God. I say, if Honcho started, I wish I would have recorded it. It would have been funny, but of course I didn't think. But it's like, God damn, I did get my chalupa, though, goddamn.
Man, you might have to look. You're gonna have to start avoiding them Taco Bells, man. It sounds like they hiring a deliberate type of person or something. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I might just give me a Mexican pizza or something next time. Fuck it, so I ain't gotta make it custom. But anyway, since we talking about the police shit, I know you saw that deal with the dude that was in his front yard with his kid and his dog, and the police rolled up on him talking about he had a warrant and was trying to arrest him.
Yeah, that was out here in the city, huh? I think that
shit. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Look, normally I'd be probably as polite as fuck, but that shit would have pissed me off.
Yeah, because they had like 2 or 3 different things that he tried to hit him with, and none of that shit was factual. Oh, you stole the dog. This is my dog. I got a microchip.
Bruh,
I got papers
like,
for
what
him.
the fuck is you talking about? What's my name then if I got a warrant?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Charles. That ain't my motherfucking name.
Yeah.
I was dying laughing, but I would have been mad as fuck if I was him too.
Yeah, because those type of situations are situations that could promptly escalate, as soon as his partner showed up, because you automatically thinking when there's some hostility or some, they that's how they normally react. In certain situations, I can understand it. Certain situations, it's like, okay, well, if you got a warrant for this, man, why you ain't, hop out with some proof or whatever else it may be? You just pulled up on it, man. You said 2 or 3 different fucking things, and I ain't gonna lie, we talking about facts and feelings. Well, I felt a certain kind of way because the man had dreads, and sometimes I wear my hair in that particular style. I'm just like, well, goddamn, if you just said random shit.
I'll allow it.
Well, I'm just looking like I was a little chunkier. I lost weight. Look, I'm getting down there. But I was just looking like, goddamn, shit. It's just sometimes you question, and that's why I say, man, you got to be on your P's and Q's, and that's a situation like that. Don't get caught lacking. And eventually he went back and he looked at it and he was like, oh, well, and my thing is with accountability across the board is regardless of who you are, regardless of what the situation is, man, how easy could it have been for when he actually went and got to say, hey, man, you know what, sir, I apologize, I fucked up your day, whatever, this is not you. Whatever. He tried to joke, well, come on, man, it kind of looks like you. And man, no, it's not fucking me, because if I'd have just accepted that shit, I'd have been having a real bad day. I'd have been having to get bail and a lawyer that deal with all this other shit if I'd have just said, okay, And so shit like that, that's the type of issues I do have a problem with. Now, if you got a situation going on, you got to be accountable for your situation. It is what it is. But situations like that, I definitely can't side with that mistaken identity bullshit, because mistaken identity will get you canceled. It could ruin your whole motherfucking life, It only takes a second. Oh yeah, that shit, that was wild.
It's stupidity to go around, and none of it is excusable. I understand everybody make mistakes. I get that, but goddamn, bro, it's like he was reaching so goddamn hard. He was just trying to find something, and just try to bait him into saying the wrong thing. And all he had to do was he drove up and he said, "Sir, I'm looking for somebody. I need to see your ID to identify you, to make sure you're not him." And he could have just said it plainly and simply, just like that. And the dude, which is what he did, he told his wife to go in the house and get his wallet, because he didn't have it on him. Instead of trying to grab on the dude, touch on the dude, all that old shit, you could have just not done all that. Wife would have brought you the wallet. You saw the ID. Okay, sir, I'm sorry, it's not you, but you have a nice day. And then went and kept it pushing. And then instead of wasting all that time, he could have spent that extra time finding the motherfucker he was looking for. I don't know. It's just people do dumb shit.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you what I'm mad about, okay? Because somebody in the chat just brought something up. Look, man, you know I'm a Texas fan, and I respect JJ for properly promoting himself. But now he on some nonsense, man. Now y'all niggas know that Whataburger already been sold. He talking about he coming up with a plan to we should get together. The governor jumped in on this nonsense. Look, y'all, we knew 2 or 3 weeks, damn near a month ago, that news was coming out that Whataburger was looking to sell. Don't start this shit now trying to get some free publicity off the motherfucking the selling of Whataburger to Chicago and all that shit. Talking about, oh, you want to keep Whataburger in Texas? You ain't even a native Texan, goddamn. I like JJ. I respect, you know, JJ and what he does and how he marks himself and his brand. But hey, you stay out the Whataburger, goddamn it. Look, it's too late.
I don't know, that motherfucker might be able to do it though, Honcho.
That shit already sold.
Be able to pull it off.
It's already sold, though. Look, this information was out and about in the news about a month ago. I remember seeing it that Whataburger was looking to sell because, you know, the brand was looking to go nationwide. And shit, they talking about this after the sale is completed. But these motherfuckers ain't finna sell you shit. Now they just acquired the shit. They ain't finna sell that. They ain't finna turn around and back that. They finna get some money.
How the fuck they want to go nationwide? You should use that as an attraction. Make motherfuckers come down here to come get it.
Yeah, they finna go nationwide, though. They finna shut down all them raggedy-ass In-N-Out burgers that these Californians swear is so good. They gonna all that shit, they finna go out of business once they get that. What?
I still ain't tried that shit yet.
And then don't even. I ain't never tried one. I'm just talking shit just because. I mean, I heard they some old hoe ass burgers. Fuck them In-N-Out burgers. That's what they do. You eat it, you go in and come right out because it's nasty. Fuck that In-N-Out shit.
I just have a feeling that Whataburger is gonna lose its quality, just like everything else when they try to do too much with it.
Well, yeah.
That's gonna be a damn shame.
Well, as long as they don't fuck up the jalapeno breakfast biscuits, I'm cool, man. Look, just keep them solid. I can rock
the honey butter chicken biscuit, you tripping?
Man, I fuck with the honey butter chicken, but there's something about that jalapeno. That little. I remember the first time I fell in love. I was like, this is greatness. You know, like they say, you know, Chick-fil-A is the Lord's chicken. That's God's biscuit right there. That jalapeno.
Yes. I would have to concur that Chick-fil-A is fire. They always got damn good service. I think that's the reason most people go there in the first place. I've never had my order fucked up from them.
Now I ain't gonna lie, Chick-fil-A's customer service is so good. They done fucked my order off 2 times. I ain't even complain. I was just like, fuck it. They was just so nice about it. I ain't even gonna go back and trip. I'm just gonna eat this because they put American cheese on the fucking deluxe, and that changes the whole taste. I gotta have the pepper jack, and they put American on that bitch. And so I was like, what the fuck is this? I mean, anyway, this bitch was still good. I ain't even tripping. And it wouldn't even been a price because, you know, the line on never take. Like, the Chick-fil-A line can be out the fucking parking lot. But them motherfuckers move with such efficiency. Yeah, they move with such fucking efficiency. Like, man, like why are people stealing this business model? What is going on? We got to put Christ back in fast food or something. If that's the case, I don't know what it is that they doing over there. Or maybe niggas ain't tired because they ain't working on Sundays, so they got energy for the rest of the week to move. I don't know what it is.
But then again, if you look in there, it's a bunch of them motherfuckers working at the same time too, so they really ain't got no excuse not to get your shit out fast.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's true. That Popeye's chicken sandwich be holding too. I fuck with them up early. Them hoes be good in the bitch.
What was that chicken sandwich you was eating earlier? That guy that was drooling over.
That's a Popeye's chicken. Them hoes is holding the classic chicken sandwich.
I ain't tried that shit. Yeah, I ain't tried it.
Get you one. But tell them, like, I don't know if you're a mayo fan or not, how you feel about it. But if you kind of fuck with mayo, just tell them put your shit to the side because they will overload that bitch because you got the spicy and then the classic. But it's all the spices like in the mayo. So I think the patties, the chicken, the actual chicken is the same, but it's like a spicy mayo and a regular mayo. But they will overload that bitch. But as long as you know, if you fuck with mayo, fuck with it. If not, you know, it's whatever it is. But tell them put that shit on the side. They put gobs of that shit on there. That's where all the fucking calories at. But I don't really fuck with mayo like that. So. But
Popeyes used to have the best spicy chicken sandwich, but then they stopped selling it.
Man, that bitch they got now is I put that bitch up against everything. That bitch is a meal in the sandwich itself. Just that hoe is holding. Man, fuck Church's chicken sandwich. I ain't never even had that shit. Fuck it. I'm rocking with Popeyes, nigga. I don't want to hear that shit. Look, there go DeMarque. See, DeMarque always got to be. It's because see, DeMarque been frustrated this summertime. He light skinned. He ain't been acting right since the summer done hit. DeMarque always got to disagree with a nigga just because a nigga, you know.
I'm semi-offended because I'm supposed to be light skinned, but this sun got me brown like a motherfucker.
Shit, I'm dark. Them couple of weekends, the season over, but them little couple of weekends at the Lil One game over. Nigga, I'm already dark. I felt it as it was happening. I feel the shades changing. It's just fuck it. It is what it is, goddamn. But yeah, fuck with that
Do
bitch.
black people get sunburned and tanned and shit? Does that actually happen?
Well, no, I do not believe that. I do not believe that at all. Like,
'Cause I want to say it's happened to me before, but I didn't know what it was when it happened.
yeah, I've never had it happen to me, and I remember spending, when they used to let you practice in football, and you'd be out in that sun. We used to be some hours out
Let
there.
you practice.
They don't
let them practice no more.
Man, these motherfuckers, they practice, but they don't practice. Time limits on everything, what they can and can't do, and all that
What?
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they, cause remember shit back in the day, you used to be out there. And then now they trying to get rid of they trying to get rid of the Oklahoma drill too. I know you remember that bitch. That's the Oklahoma drill, but that's how men were made, nigga. That's how men were made. That motherfucker bull in the ring. Bull in the ring in the Oklahoma drill. That's how men were made, nigga. Like, you better be motherfucking ready. You know what I'm saying? But they try to give it all.
I'd rather do the Oklahoma drill all practice than to hit that motherfucking sled, Honcho.
Oh my God, I hated that sled.
Oh, that sled was a motherfucker. That shit will break a nigga.
Yeah, that sled. And then what's that little thing?
Especially if you was on the end.
Did you have that little shit where you kind of had to get low? You know what I'm saying? Where you had to, like, I forgot what that shit was called. This little shoot. Yeah, I hated that.
Call it the shoot.
Man,
Yeah, I hated that shit too, nigga. The first time I did it, I said straight up and hit my fucking head on that motherfucker. My fucking was all dizzy, and the nigga that was on the side just knocked my ass clean out that bitch. I was like, oh man. My coach just laughed at me. That's what your ass get. You want to stand up.
Yeah, that's the crazy shit, man. They ain't trying to.
And we used to have these little fucking, them little sticker balls. We had them shits in the grass in our practice field in PA. So anytime you fell, them motherfuckers be all on your socks and shit, all sticking you in your hands, bro. So niggas had to wear gloves. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, people ain't know about that Oklahoma drill. Yeah, if you had beef, that's how you settled it. Shit, if you was getting into it with somebody, shit, yeah, you gonna hit that Oklahoma drill, that bull in the ring, though. That shit, that hoe, that's what had that head on the swivel, because you ain't know where they was coming from. And you know what I'm saying? Shit, you just better be ready.
All that 3-on-2 drill, where you get a quarterback, one blocker, and the running back, and then you got two defenders, a lineman and a linebacker. Hey, bro, you gonna let it make it or not?
Man,
yeah, shit. That was some real shit, man. You had to man up, bro.
That's crazy. Have you ever seen a pregnant child? Now that you say it, I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever seen a pregnant Chinese person or a pregnant Asian person, period. I don't think I ever have.
I actually have in Illinois.
Oh, word?
At seafood restaurant, yeah. I really couldn't tell, but once she turned to the side, I could. I was like, she either drink a shit ton of beer or somebody done bust some nuts.
Flip your hip. Oh, man. Hey, man, look, man, that fucking flip your hip, man. I used to have a coach that used to be big. He used to have this crazy drill he invented with this fucking stick. I used to hate that goddamn drill. That hoe used to work, though. I used to hate that fucking drill, though. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
With a stick?
Yeah, he had this drill with this stick, dog. Like, it was, you would work on your dip and rip, but it was just the way you'd have to hit that bitch. Like, it's hard to explain it, but it was like a little flip the hips drill, but it was real tough, man. Yeah, that shit was wild.
How to teach you to bend.
It was just, cause it was like, man, look, he was a cold ass coach. He ended up leaving, that's when I was at U of H, he ended up going to Texas. He was a cold ass coach, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whatever happened to them, good coaches.
Man.
What they at now? We need one for the Texans. Like a motherfucker.
Oh, man, look. Let's talk. You want to talk? I'm gonna have to do a sauce about facts and feelings when it comes to the goddamn Texans, because that's a whole nother thing. Your boy been out there. Wow, your boy been getting the business. I don't know if you got the link to that Twitter thread.
Oh, yeah, I read it.
Man, it's been going on. That nigga
Teddy was that nigga head. Well, I was like, God damn, Teddy.
Teddy been on that boy all day, and then just some random folks just started jumping in, and they was trying to help the dude out, and then they just started seeing what was going on. They like, this nigga here is out of there. This nigga all the way out of there. Like, he makes no sense. But yeah, so I mean, my whole deal, like I say, that nigga bit the bait. I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna let you fool yourself. All you gotta do is let people see for yourself. Just speak long enough, and you're gonna expose your whole character, nigga. Yeah, so it is what it is.
Absolutely. But anyway, let me get off of here. Let the ladies call in, because I know they chomping at the bit.
Already, man. I appreciate the call, Big Dizzle. All right.
No problem.
Bet. man. Yeah, y'all don't know y'all don't know nothing about that, man. Straight up, man. Let's see what's shaking. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
This your boy Roman. Nigga, what the hell is you doing?
Roman, good, my good man, Roman. How are you this evening? What would you like to drop in the den tonight, Sir Roman?
Man, you know the topic right now, bro.
Yes, I am. Facts and feelings is the topic tonight. How do you feel about the facts or the feelings of these situations we're currently discussing?
Man, take Honcho on the line, man. I don't know who this nigga is.
Well, this is Sir Honcho, and I'm an appropriate gentleman, and I just like to know how you feel about it.
I'm doing alright, man. So let me get started on this topic right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, man. No, I think with facts and feelings, bro. Be honest with you, Honcho, it both is gonna play a part, especially in your life with every situation. I mean, think about it. Okay, I don't want to bring religion into this, but every time I think of facts and feelings, it gets me to religious people and non-religious people. Atheists and Christians. 'Cause that's always been the main focal point of those two arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Religion, especially Christianity, because it's the biggest. It's based on, it's based on feelings, basically. I mean, Christianity really doesn't have all religion really doesn't have just a core, like, you can see him, you can see the guy, you can see it doesn't. While, science is based on facts, numbers, and this and that. And when you think about it, I think, in a way, neither is wrong, but neither is right at the same time. But neither is right and neither is wrong. They're both going to, play a part. They're both going to play a part into something,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Who that is in the background, Roman? You know I'm finna be nosy.
Oh, my God. Man, I'm talking, bro. My sister want to come in and say, oh, take out my dog. I'm like, come on, man.
Man, what kind of dog is it?
Man.
What kind of dog is it?
But, oh, man, I got a pit, man. Gray and white.
Oh, gosh, damn, you goddamn Negroes in these pits.
Oh, man, don't talk about my dog like that,
I'm fucking
bro.
with you, man. It's all good, man. As long as you ain't got one of them old ghetto pits. As long as you treat the pit right, actually treat it like a dog, and, treat your dog good.
Man, let me tell you something. Shit, my dog, she'll be prancing woman. She thinks she cute and shit, but shit, man. Had one time I forgot to get the leash, man. Ran up on some nigga walking. Nearly bit his ass. Nigga was scared like a motherfucker.
Should I be scared too? That's like, man, look, that's what I'm saying. You got these wild pits roaming around the hood, man. That's like, it's like a
come
jungle.
on,
man. You so you just gonna go up and fuck with a random pit just out there? You gonna go pet that motherfucker? You gonna let him out of the way? If you walking along the sidewalk in a pit, no owner around.
Look, Honcho.
And it's trotting around.
Anything she can do to defend me and my family, I'm cool, bro. She got to bite some niggas.
I ain't talking about your dog. You know your dog. I'm talking about if you just strolling down the street, you going to the corner store or something, you say, I ain't gonna drive, I'm just gonna stroll down to the store, and you see, you about to bend that corner, and when you come and hitting that corner, it's a pit hitting that corner. You don't see no owner, no leash, no tags, no nothing. So you finna go walk, you gonna cross paths with that pit?
Hell no.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying.
Let me say, I ain't no wild shit. Yeah, I think all black people know, nigga. You see some dog that's twitching or ain't looking so right, man, your ass better find another way. Man, I ain't taking no bet. Getting chased by 6-7 dogs, man. Hell no. Especially out here where I live, man, Southside, dogs do nothing but roam, so most times it's somebody's dogs, but man, you'll get out here sometimes, bro. Man, big ass niggas, bro. Don't know what the hell they are, man. The jungle out here.
What you were saying, so you're talking about science, you was talking about religion, and science is based on facts and figures, and then you have these June bugs that just slide through the garage. Come here, nigga, let me holler at you.
Yeah, well, what I was saying was basically both of them play a part. I was saying that both of them play a part in your life, really. I was saying the main example of that is a lot of times with religion and then with science. But I think you need a dose of both because you're going to play life. Sometimes you just got to know the facts of life. You got to know how much is this, how much is that, what is this, what is that. Sometimes you just got to roll with the feelings. I think they've always said, a good ruler is ruled by, that mind, the head, not by their heart. But the thing is, you're going to need both in your life. You can't run your life with just full just numbers. Just full numbers, full facts, because you have no personal life. You won't become a damn Ben Carson out here where the smartest dumb guy, you're smart, but you can't hold a conversation. I'm not trying to get into politics, I'm just saying. There's people like that. Smartest people in the world can't hold a conversation. Then there's people who's the street smart, but then they get in here talking facts or education, man, they're illiterate, So I'm just saying, you're going to need both in your life. But, man, I got to tell you something. How you forgot to, when you get on the line, Honcho, bro, you remember on football, you got to get on the line. Coach get pissed at your ass.
Man, look, I was exempt from that shit. I used to be smashing niggas all practice. Nah, I can't do all that. That's them. They was fucking up, not me. Nah, I used to have to hit that line too. I used to have to hit that line. I used to hate that shit. Them fucking gassers, nigga. That shit was the worst shit ever.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Coach get pissed. We'll be doing the plays right. Talking about fuck up, and my coach he cursed. So he nigga chewing out everybody. Yeah, man, everybody on the line, bro. 50 sprints back and forth, bro. Woo! I'm talking about legs beat, man. It was horrible, bro. But them Oklahoma dudes, like I said, they like scary and they like scary but exciting at the same time, bro.
Man, look, I'm trying to win. Look, I got pride out here. I'm supposed to be a leader on this field. I had pride on the line, man. I couldn't take no L's. I couldn't afford it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lesson to learn, but fuck that. So it was high stakes. You feel me? So
yeah.
Man, look,
I swear, none was worse when you'll lose a game, man. And coach get on that bus and start chewing everybody out, bro. The next practice tomorrow was going to be hell.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you,
man. And the thing is, when we would win or we'll do a good job, a helmet, shorts, we ain't really hitting today, man. Let's get a loss. Shit. I'm talking full pass, bro.
Full pass, man. Don't even think about it. Don't even ask. You already know what to do. Just dress out.
You already know. Here, coach give you that look, bro. You already know the deal, nigga. We hitting today. So, shit. But yeah, one thing before I go, bro, how you gonna forget about the Jack in the Box burger, man? Come on, man. Somebody's good. You can't do that to Jack in the Box, Honcho. Come on, man.
Put Jack back in that box and send him wherever he came from. He ain't fuck with that Popeye's chicken sandwich, man.
Aw. Nah, have you even tried the Jack in the Box burger?
Man, I don't need to. I know what my taste buds have told me, and Popeye's is it. That
Popeye burger, that chicken burger is killing, man.
Is this the same? Have they upgraded the chicken from Jack in the Box? I'm gonna be honest. I had some Jack in the Box a couple of months back, but pretty much the menu was still looking pretty similar to me. Jack always they be trying to innovate. They got them stoner meals and shit late at night, but I don't know if it has this. Cause I used to eat chicken sandwich back in the day, and if it was the same thing, it was cool. It was alright. The little spicy chicken like that. It ain't fuck with that Popeyes, man.
But I ain't gonna, I agree with you on that. But I ain't gonna like one chicken burger. This man in general, I can't fuck with KFC, bro. They chicken too soft for me. Ugh, KFC nasty, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I don't even know if that's real chicken.
Man, yeah, the Colonel, they had that rat incident, man. The Colonel be rolling in his gravy and that shit is. Well, where's 11 herbs and spices? I don't taste that shit.
Yeah. Man, look, the fucking. They got to figure out what the fuck they doing with the Colonel, because they out of there. Every time I see a new KFC commercial, it's a new Colonel. They sound like they doing bad to me. I don't know what they got going on.
Because Colonel be changing. They change the Colonel every man. It's like KFC is turning into like Burger King. They don't know their identity no more. I don't know what they know they doing. Burger King just go all over the place. Whopperitos.
Man,
fucking Colonel. What are you anymore?
Colonel was like a woman for 2 commercials and. A bunch of shit going on. I don't know what's going on. The Colonel is in transition right now. He trying to figure himself out. I don't know what's shaking. So
Turner got a midlife crisis right now. He don't know what he doing.
yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But I'm gonna get off this line, man. I went all over the place, man. So I'm gonna get off the line, man.
Well, I really appreciate it, Roman.
Man, anytime.
Already. Shout out to Sarah Roman. I appreciate your call. Grocery store. Look, I need my chicken. I need it now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I forgot what we will. Yeah, facts and feelings. You know the deal. We get a little off track. We go a little left sometimes. Let's get back to business. So talking about old buddy and this whole situation. I know we were talking about the laws and all this other stuff, but let's be realistic. You see, you can look at these other countries and you talk about no cops, no this and this. What do these rebel groups do when they take over and they get power in some of these other places, third world countries and such? And I know there's some shit going down in the Sudan right now, and I'm not extremely familiar with the details, so I'm gonna have to look at what's really shaking, because I honestly have not paid attention. I've been taking L's in the challenge all day. Damn, I've been taking L's. It's fucked up. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey everybody, it's Miss Meat.
Miss Meat, what's on your motherfucking mind, Miss Meat? How you feeling this evening?
You shared, I watched your video earlier. I've been following that story on that guy in Memphis.
Yeah.
So let me tell you my thoughts on this.
Already.
Okay, so we do need to stand up for injustice.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
We do. But now, everybody is not good. This dude was 20 years old, first of all, with 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
So he was out there. Shit. Can't nobody tell me he wasn't out there. I'm glad he graduated from high school.
Yeah.
I mean, he did that because, hey, I never seen no shit like that. So it kind of confused me at first when I first seen the story.
Yeah.
Because the first thing you see is what the friends say and the people say about him and this and that. So me, I do research on everything. So, I was looking at his Facebook page before they took it down because I seen the live that he did. Like, I seen it when he did live. I seen his live when he did it. So, I'm like, this motherfucker talking about killing police? I was like, what is going on? That's before I knew they had a warrant for him. That's before I knew he shot that man 5 times in Mississippi. This before that, I'm like, this dude just talk about killing police. Is he serious? So that was that day, the same day. So the next morning when I woke up, because 3.5 hours later he was dead.
Yeah.
And after he made that lie. So I'm like, this dude was just talking about killing the police if they pull him over or stop him or come near him, and now he dead by the police. So at first I thought it was the regular police. Then I said the marshals were after him? Okay, what the fuck did he do? This is before I knew he did that in Mississippi. I didn't know what the dude did. So, after they was talking about on the news channels and this and that, and his Facebook page still wasn't took down yet. So I went on his Facebook page, and I was looking at what the people were saying, and I was looking at videos and this and that. So that green, for what I know, was Gangsta Disciples. I don't know. I never seen what that green meant. Not even in your, in your news feed. But from what I know, that's part of Gangsta Disciples.
Yeah.
So for him to be 20, mouthful of gold, I mean, his shit blinging. 4 children. He traveling around robbing people like you met this person on Craigslist or whatever list on Facebook. It's that Facebook sales shit. I think that's what it was. To buy this car, you shoot this person 5 times. thank God the person didn't die, but you shoot this person 5 times, and then you go back home to Memphis and think everything okay. So you know, first of all, they at your ass because that's interstate. Like, you don't cross those state lines and shot them motherfucker. So there's, you know, in these days, technology, they see cameras everywhere you go. Some kind of evidence is left behind. There's like very few cases these days in 2019 that there's no evidence, but they see you. So now you making this post saying, if them motherfuckers come up to me, you know, I'm not saying exactly what he said, but he was saying something to the fact of, you know, he ain't gonna be taken alive to me. That's what he was saying. So now y'all rioting. Why? Like, this dude had just said 3.5 hours before that what he was going to do to the police. I mean, we riot. See, that's why they don't take us serious. Because you're rioting for this. When this dude clearly said what he was going to do to the police. Come on now. Come on. Let's be real. You know, so, you know, when I watched the video, that was just everything that I was saying. I'm like, people, you know, when you post stuff on Instagram and Facebook, they're like, well, how you know it? But this is exactly what I was saying. Like, I seen this dude live when he made it live because I'm all over social media. I seen it when he did it. I knowing that he was going to die 3.5 hours later, but I see it. And I was like, these young kids, are you serious? This dude talk, and you think they didn't see that? Come on now, we talk about the federal marshals at your ass.
Yeah.
You done went to a whole nother state and shot somebody 5 times because you was acting like you was buying a car. So you're saying this, they're watching you saying this just like they're watching you. Watching you say this. You can make your page private if you want. Let me tell y'all this. Because the job they get laid off, I work security for that department. It doesn't matter what you have private. Nothing is private when it comes to these phones, internet, these Facebooks. None of that stuff is actually private. Because if they want to see you, they're going to see you. So they already knew who he was before they even made that, before he made that video, because they were looking for him. So he made himself seen by making this video.
And so I got a good question for you. And so you don't think that knowing that they about to make their approach to get at him, and you know they're going to be watching social medias to kind of get a jump and know where you at, knowing if you were active on social media, and saying that doesn't have an impact on the way the cops are thinking about how they're going to approach it, or the marshals are going to think about how they're going to approach it after hearing him make those statements?
Well, first of all, he was already labeled armed and dangerous.
Exactly.
Already, because he shot somebody 5 times.
Exactly.
So he was already he was already deemed armed and dangerous. He's black. And you know what? When you're labeled armed and dangerous, the color don't even come into this because all the police want to go home at night. Exactly. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter he was already labeled armed and dangerous. On top of that, they seen his Facebook. It ain't came out in the articles or the news, but I can almost guarantee you, I can promise you, I'm positively sure on this, that they seen his Facebook before they approached him. He was already deemed armed and dangerous. Already. So, regardless, if he didn't lay down where he was going to be killed. And even if he probably did lay down, Honcho, he probably was going to still get killed. I mean, I don't even know. I ain't seen the color of the person he shot. I don't know. But I don't even think it really mattered because he was armed and dangerous. And he lived, when they found out he lived in a whole nother state, and he came up to another state acting like he was going to buy a car and he shot this person. Yeah. Shit, that was it for him. But people cannot, all that stuff on his Facebook before they took it down. He was good. His kids. If you were so worried about your kids, you would not do anything to go out there and get killed. If you were so, listen, I ain't knocking the hustle
Yeah.
because I hustle, and I know people that hustle. But when you start pulling out guns and trying to murder people, and this and that, and you got folks. I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to look and see when he had his first kid. He was only 20. So I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
But he was out there.
Yeah.
Shawty was out there. He was like, he did probably more than most of us did at our age because he was out there. But you can't go riot. You can't, like, this is the thing, Hunter. Like, you riot for something that's, or you stand up and you post it for something that's factual, something we know that was wrong.
Yeah.
This dude here was looking for a death sentence. I mean, he was. And anybody can disagree with me, but listen, in my family, I'm the most pro-black motherfucker you can, in my family. But this dude here, no. But he said he was basically saying, you're not going to take me alive.
Yeah.
That's what he was basically saying in their eyes.
Yeah. So can you expect him to have approached it any different method? I mean, if he basically saying what it's going to be, he's basically telling you, you know that he's already shot somebody basically in cold blood. You labeled armed and dangerous, and he also in the warrant, I believe it said, has no regard for human life. So whether you familiar with the dude, you know, it's different when you familiar with him. You grew up with him in your neighborhood. Yeah, you went to school. You remember him from school, of course. So all that stuff in school was cool. But now this man doing something different. If you're a person whose job is to apprehend somebody, and this is the information you presented with, he shot somebody, tried to finagle a deal, and he's labeled armed and dangerous and has no regard for human life. I have regard for my own life. So how do you think I'm going to approach this situation? I'm going to be ready.
Yes.
Safety out. Yeah, you know.
And they got to go home at night.
Yeah.
Listen, you can look at that man with that badge that says, fuck the police, I hate the police, the rule. But at the end of the day, they have a family. They have people that love them. And all police is not bad. These were markers. They were doing their job because your ass decides to cross state lines and shoot a motherfucker 5 times, okay?
Yeah.
You did that. So do you really think that these people ain't going to try to go home at night to their family?
Exactly.
And I'm going to tell you, you know, a lot of people, like, we talk on these shows and we do this and that, but a lot of people don't know what we do in our community, when we stand up, when we march. You know, if anybody had access to my Facebook page, they would see. Like, I've been on the front lines marching for shit that is wrong. But when it comes to stuff like that, like, we can't waste our energy on people that we know was bad. Like, and then let me tell you what makes it so bad, Honcho. You know damn well the gangster disciples ain't called out to hit on our police. You know they didn't. That's just to add fuel to the fire from the police and the media. Ain't no gangster disciple said that. Now that's something I would not believe. When that alert came out yesterday, I said, well, they're damn right. That's just their way. And he opened the door. He opened the door for that. That's their way of pulling us over and killing us, especially if you have on green. They didn't do that. They didn't call no hit out on all police. Do you know how many times they could have been did that? It's not the gangster disciples. They must have been around before I was born. They've been around for years. And it's only a few times because I knew a lot of them that was OGs. Like, it's only a few times that they call it blackout. It's only a few times that they call someone on the law. And when they call someone on the law, it's a specific lawman. It's a specific policeman. It's not all police. So now, when you're traveling, you're minding your business, guess what's going to happen between Mississippi and Memphis? Guess what's going to happen?
Good luck.
What's going to happen? Because they put this alert out yesterday. They didn't do that. They didn't. they did not call, and if they do call something like that, the media won't know. But this is what he started. This is what he did. So if you're a bad person, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
You don't march for bad people. I don't care what color you are. You don't march for bad people. This dude was out there. He was in it. He was in the game. He was in the streets, and he was all in it.
Yeah. 10 toes
He
down.
didn't have to die. Well, he didn't have to die. He didn't have to shoot that person 5 times. He didn't have to. This man graduated from high school. First of all, you already winning when you're black and you graduate from high school. Okay? You already winning. You was enrolled in some college that I read, but he got accepted to some colleges.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be at the University of Memphis. I seen like a little ID badge or something. Like I said, I kind of want to
Yeah,
get some more
University
details.
of Memphis.
Yeah.
Come on now. How many people? University, not no technical college, not no tech, none of that. The University of his IQ was high. His grades were good. We got to figure out what happened. I mean, what Honcho, maybe that needs to be a topic because I don't get it. What led this boy that way?
Man, that money is a motherfucker. Money. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. And I don't know people.
That was a lot of it.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell folks something. And with a lot of these niggas, and I don't know y'all lifestyle, I don't know what y'all have been through. I can only speak from personal experience. When you out there head first, or you out there doing certain things, it's as addicting as if the lifestyle is addicting. There's a rush that you get when doing certain things that you know you're not supposed to do, and you get away with them, and you profit from it in your life. You feel like your life is upgraded, enhanced, or whatever. No matter who you done fucked over to do it, no matter what you done to get there, there is a rush. There is a feeling. You know, that's why you have certain motherfuckers who career, thieves, burglars, or whatever it may be, and they'll tell you if you listen to interviews and different things, and it's a feeling when you done some shit. And you done pulled a maneuver and you done got away with it. And I think that lifestyle gets addicting. And when you entrenched in that lifestyle and you active like that, man, look, all I'm saying is you start feeling a certain way. You start getting a certain level of attention. You start getting nice things. You start, hey, it is what it is. It becomes an addiction now. And then people fall in love with that lifestyle, knowing they ain't doing right, but they don't give a shit. As long as they doing okay for themselves, they feeling good, they getting what they want, they got nice shoes on their feet, got a nice little watch, they got the little grill, the hoes checking them out and all that other stuff, that attention, everything they getting from that lifestyle that they wouldn't get if they were doing it the regular way or doing it the long-term way. That fast cash is a motherfucker. That lifestyle is a motherfucker, and I think that's how a lot of people get caught up in it. It's that adrenaline rush. It's a motherfucker. So I mean that's just kind of my thoughts on it, but and that's not justifying it, but it's a thing.
No, I know you're not justified because let me tell you something. Like I said, I've been out there on my own for a long, long time since I was 17 years old. On my own, that's why I look at 17-year-olds now and I'll be like, damn, I was on my own then trying to hustle, make money. So I had met somebody, and it was like, sell some dope, do this. And where I live, it was in J-Land, the land. So I started getting real big. So I got scared. I was like, wait a minute. Everybody knows who I am. I can either die by the street, or I can get locked up, or I can die by the cops. I let it alone because it started scaring me. I got so big. It was scaring me. But I know everybody is not going to scare about it because they can use it. And I was just like, money ain't worth my life or my freedom for my children. Yeah. So I moved and I left it alone. You know what I mean? But I know how addictive it is for me being in that lifestyle, like the friends and people I was around. And this and that, they wouldn't leave it alone because the money, it was good and it was fast. They could do what they want. And you know what I used to tell them? What if you put some back in somebody else's name so you can buy you a house, buy you a car? Nobody's thinking about that. You know what I mean?
Living in the moment.
Nobody was thinking about that. If you're gonna do something like that, but you know, when you're young, it is what it is. That's what I was doing. But once I seen that everybody knew who I was, people sending people to me, and you know, even though it was never in my apartment, because I you know, you don't shit where you lay. Like, I mean, you shit where you lay, but everything else is somewhere else. So it was never in my apartment. But the problem was, I could have easily got robbed, killed, locked up, or anything, because that's how big it got. And it scared me.
Mm-hmm.
It scared me. So I said, oh, no. And the thing is, I still worked.
Yeah.
But I was doing that because I was raising kids on my own. But I was like, all money is not good money.
Correct.
But that dude there, I was like, hey, y'all finna be playing up shit, making shit worse for the rest of us. And the problem is, like, I travel home to Oklahoma all the time. Like, I follow that highway. Like, that's the highway I go on from Mississippi to Memphis to Arkansas to Oklahoma. That's the exact same highway I go on. So just think, when that happened, if me and my husband was traveling, black man got dreads. He don't, even though he ain't no street nigga, no thug nigga, he worked, you know, he got pension 401k. What do they care?
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody, it's good to stand up for a cause, but sometimes, you know, we do that. People, like, you got to let it go, y'all. Like, y'all making riots, 25 officers hurt, they may be exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, if you have to act in the fuck fool, they can do what they want.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, and I agree with what you said, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say that shit don't happen, but you have to pick and choose. Just because it's a situation involving a black person, and you feel like they got the bad end of the stick, doesn't mean that they weren't doing wrong. You have to acknowledge what it is. It's like sometimes motherfuckers, and the thing, man, what kills me is because people are like, oh, you know, this. Man, almost every one of us knows somebody, if not multiple people who are out there like that. But we don't want to acknowledge. We'll sit there and say to ourselves, oh, man, he out there tripping, he out there, man. He better slow down. He living wild, he living fast. Then something happened, oh, he was such a good dude. Yeah, because he ain't do nothing to you. But what about the people who got the bad end of the stick on the receiving end of dealing with this person? He might not have fucked you over, but he fucked people over, and that energy is gonna come back one way, like you said, either via the laws, either via your life. Somebody that you fucked over gonna come holler at you, you know. But the fucked up thing about it though is when it's that person that come holler at you, and you had to say, oh, you know, that's just how it is. That is what it is. But then it's all of a sudden when, you know, somebody, like say, trying to execute a warrant or whatever it is, they, trying to get them off the street. Now it's unfair, it's unjust, or they shouldn't have done this and shouldn't have done that. But had it would have been the guy that he shot came back and killed him, oh, that's just the streets, man. That's just what it is. Like, I feel like a life is a life, period, no matter what. I don't care what you got going on. It's unfortunate for anybody to lose their life. Yes, people can change. But if you engage in certain actions, and that's how you at the moment, and that's when these things take place, well, that's kind of what it is. You know what I mean? And even if you do get out of a certain lifestyle, it's going to be people don't give a fuck about you change. You know what I'm saying? They still feel how they feel because when you might have fucked them over one time or might have did something to them. So they're not caring about you. They still feel the same way about you. But the thing about this is we have to pick and choose. There are certain situations that are fucked up. But instead, we just got to get, he was black, let's get behind it. Oh, well, he shot some niggas. He was robbing niggas in the hood. But the cops shouldn't have killed him. Probably shouldn't have been robbing the niggas in the hood. Apparently he was
Right.
We talk about terrorism and all this stuff. Like, I forgot who. I want to say it was Rob a while back, and I ain't heard from Rob in a minute. But I think Rob was the one who said, we got these terrorists in our own neighborhood, but we don't point that out. And people get upset, with me personally about the term black on black crime, and I use it, but I understand you're going to get hit up by people in your area. That's more prevalent to me because guess what? If we talking quote unquote black on black crime, I'm dealing with that because I'm black. So a person's if I go to the hood, if I go post up, go kick it with my old partners or something, somebody's gonna look at me a certain way with the dreads, the tattoo, whatever it might be. They're gonna look at me a certain way. And that's where I'm most likely to be a victim. Not where I am now, because I've never had an issue in the few years where I've been at now, never had nobody ain't never told me shit. Ain't nobody ain't never had an issue.
Right.
Only thing, oh man, I really like your hair. That's annoying as shit, but I can't blame you for that. Ain't too many, motherfuckers with my hair out here. But but my thing is, I'm more likely to get hit up if you go somewhere and you got something nice on, you got something, they want what you got.
Right.
And when you're in an environment full of lack, when you got something I ain't got, it's worth your life. It's worth whatever. That car is worth somebody's life. He probably figured he killed the dude. He was just getting up out. He probably ain't followed through and see. He probably hit him up a couple times, hopped in the ride and slid out, and didn't think twice. He probably thought he killed the dude and didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't think old buddy survived and was able to say, okay, this is what he looked like, this is what happened, this is where it came from, or whatever.
Well, you know he did because he shot him 5 times. So you know he thought he was dead.
What?
You know he thought he was dead. And let me tell you who stopped me. It was one of my customers, right? And she said, you know what? You are too, she said, this is not for you.
Yeah.
She said, I see you, because she was one of the ones who knew my original house and my other house, my other apartment. Like, this is not for you, honey. Don't stop it. And I took advice from a crackhead. Like, this is not for you.
Yeah.
Like, they, the police was talking. I was like, what are they talking about? But, she ain't some shit. Because she's a crackhead. She got all kinds of dope deals. She was like, this is not you. Stop it. This lady looked at me and said, stop it. Yeah. And I did. From that day on. From that day on, I stopped it.
That's a wise decision.
That day on.
A wise decision. Well, I'm telling y'all from this experience, from sitting with these motherfuckers. It was niggas I was around that were labeled armed and dangerous, and had these. And this is so people think, oh, you just saying this. Man, I'm telling you this shit from experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you this from, without just getting all into a bunch of dumb shit. But look, okay, y'all may take my Honcho. He's a really nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a much better person because I decided to become a much better person. But at the same time, that's not saying that I did not have dealings and affairs with people who might not have been, who might still not be. And it's a lot of people who don't have that interaction with those people. They want to just look at, everything is because everything's not race. Some people are just bad people, and you got to get them removed.
Just bad people. It doesn't have anything to do with race. And I'm not saying, because like I said, if anybody knows me, if anybody on my face, like you see me on the front line when it's bad. Okay, but now there's bad people. Like this dude here, he basically said, I'm gonna kill y'all if y'all come after me. Okay, so really, dude, and we know, whether people want to agree or disagree. Like the police are killing unarmed people with their hands up and this and that, but dude, you just told them that if you come after me, this is what's gonna happen. And I watched that video live, but I didn't think, no, just like another dumbass dude. Look at this motherfucker. Stupid. And then I woke up the next morning to find out this dude got killed by the police. I said, oh, wait a minute. Let me see who this motherfucker is. Before I even pass judgment on the police, before I pass judgment on him, let me see, because already his video was ignorant earlier the day before. That was ignorant. So I said, let me research this. But of course, at first, you couldn't see anything. But when I went on his Facebook page, because, they talk about they immediately took it down. No, they didn't, Honcho, because his Facebook page and that video was up for like 3 or 4 days.
That's wild.
It was because I even copied the video. But, let me tell you something. You could delete the video if you want to. The only people that can bring that up is the government, ICE, and all that. So it doesn't matter what you delete. They're going to delete it from the website, and they're going to keep it. But his Facebook page was not gone for at least 3 or 4 days. And that video was still up.
And what's the thing is, especially right immediately after it happened, people going to run to that immediately and copy. Because it's all over YouTube. It's all over
many
places.
Can't. Right.
Yeah, once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. Shit.
Right, it was. You can't, like, with the Androids, I got an iPhone, but I know with the Android, I've got Android. Like, once they capture that video, you can't take it away like you should. It's there. Like, you still have it. So, I mean, that was, I seen the topic, but I ain't, that was just part of it. But I did, when I watched your video earlier, because I already had been keeping up with it since it first happened, but I didn't see the article you shared. I didn't see that. So that gave me a lot more insight, because I know yesterday when they put out that um, nationwide alert that the Gates disciples was gonna kill any cops on site. No, that's not how they roll. I'm not saying gangs are good, because I fought to keep my son out of gangs. That's why I moved. But I know gangs, and I know one thing about them. Plenty of people in the gangs are disciples. You're not gonna do that. If you put a hit out for a cop, it's gonna be for that certain cop. They're not going to bring attention to themselves like that. But yeah, that's. I mean, that's the way I'm just like, and y'all really fucking shit up, burning shit down, and fighting the police and all that. And this dude didn't even give a fuck about human life. Like, you have 4 kids at 20. 20? Yeah, I'm guessing. Now, if he had them all after he graduated from high school, I don't know, because I ain't seen the kids or the age of the kids. But that dude been out there for a minute. Like, his age, like, even though he was 20, he probably out there like a 30-year-old.
Yeah. He been out there for me, because the chick he had one with already, I think he had a 2-year-old. So that means it had to be, if they already 2, then plus the 9 months, that means he had to be around 17, probably.
Right.
And I don't know if that's the first or whatever. That same chick went into labor after the riot started. So that's when another kid was coming. So that kid ain't gonna never know they pops. And then you got like 2 other ones out there. I don't know how old the other ones are. So my thing is this: that young man was active. I guarantee it's some people in that neighborhood. It's some people in Memphis who do not fuck with that dude, don't give a fuck, because he didn't probably hit them up. I guarantee some of that money flashed from some licks he didn't hit around town. But yet, all the people who ain't been bothered by, he was good, he was good. I remember him from high school. That was years ago, man. What are you talking about? Things change. Things change rapidly. But we don't want to hear that side. We don't want to hear anything negative about it. We don't do that. Yeah, the fuck we do. Let's be real, because we all know somebody who does it. I'm not saying that fault everybody. Hope to pray for them, hope they change, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But let's not act like this man didn't do what he was doing. He put himself out there like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. I mean, he advertised himself like that.
Right, and that's what make it harder for us, though, when we do fight for something that's actual, like when something, when somebody really got wrong. Like, dude, you just said 3 hours ago, you think the marshals was after your ass. You think they ain't watching your every freaking move?
Oh, yeah, they was in town.
And he ain't just shared on Facebook. It was on his Instagram, and it was, how you connect all the accounts. Yeah. Like, they seen all this. But I wasn't paying attention, because I seen him do it. I was watching it live. And I told my husband, I said, this dumbass right here. I said, he didn't watch it. I just watched this live, and the dude talking about police taking him and going to shoot him. I said, he looks young. Look at his age. So he was like, shook his head. But when I woke up the next morning, I was like, But I didn't know he had shot that person 5 times, and thank God that person lived. Because you don't deserve to die when you're just doing what you're supposed to do.
You know what I'm real curious about? I'm wondering if that car that he was taking pictures on and doing all that with, I'm wondering if that was the vehicle in question.
I know that's what I was saying, but I guess more will come out. I guess. But I'm wondering if that's the car, because he did take the car anyway. And who took him down there? They ain't saying nothing about that, so I'm pretty sure some more charges about to be coming up, because he dead. So if you took somebody down there, guess who's gonna get charged with that shooting 5 times? Your ass is, even if you just drove, because they can't charge him. He's dead.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. It's just it's an unfortunate situation. A young dude losing his life. Either way it goes. But with you playing that game and you playing foul, well, eventually you're gonna foul out. I mean, that's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? You take your ass to the bench, or you gonna foul out. That's how it works.
That's it. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let somebody else call me.
All right, Miss Meat, I appreciate
All
it
right,
as
call
always.
later.
All right. Don't rise
Hey,
up, sit your
look.
ass down. Don't you
Did
do
you
it.
look at?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
Did
something
you
about that
look?
rise up.
Yep, that video I sent
I hadn't checked
you.
it out, but I said I was gonna look at it. I didn't check it out. The R. Kelly one?
Oh, okay. No, it was just we was on that subject of child support, and it was just funny how R. Kelly and his ex-wife were throwing jabs at each other. She was like, "You need to go work at Del Taco." He was like, "Bitch, you need to go work at Burger King."
Shit, they both go to work. They can bring their kids some food home. Goddamn, they got a co-parent. They both need to go to work. Goddamn.
Yeah, first of all, her, I just don't know how to feel about her. Because one minute you talking about he dogs you, but then the next minute you're in the SUV singing his whole Step to the Name of Love song. Did he abuse you, or did he, or what the fuck is going on
See,
here? Like,
he beat her,
that's
but the
still my
music
baby
good.
daddy. I mean, he probably did, but that's still my baby daddy. And this and that. Okay, well, I mean, you just hollering about what he did, but now you doing this thing, telling people don't worry about what you doing. Girl, bye. Because if somebody abused me, you ain't gonna hear me singing their song, you ain't gonna say their name, or nothing like that.
Yeah,
But
correct.
I'll let y'all later.
Already, Miss Meat. I appreciate it.
All right, bye
No,
bye.
not every day. Interesting, interesting. So I'm curious, does anybody feel the opposite way? Does anybody in here feel like what happened was unjust? Does anybody feel like what happened was uncalled for? Does anybody feel, or is anybody coming to the defense of the young man? Who feels that way? That's what I would like to know. Because again, all opinions are welcome in the den. I would just like clarification, understanding why you would feel that way if you do. And shout out to Miss Betty Spaghetti. I wanted to say it out loud. I appreciate the Patreon love. So shout out to Miss Betty holding it down. So I'm trying to find out. I would definitely love to know because I have become an Oreo. I've become a coon. I told my old lady, I say, man, because the shit was tripping. I couldn't get the articles to pull up. I've been wanting to record. I want to drop it earlier today. I've been fighting with this fucking OBS thing all damn day, and I finally got it right. Had to, fix some drivers and cut off some hardware acceleration, some other shit, and finally got it together. And I told my old lady before I dropped this, I said, man, I'm finna be all kind of coons today. I'm finna be all kind of Uncle Toms and all kind of shit. But I don't give a fuck because the thing is, every time when you don't have a legitimate point to prove, you're a coon. I can't argue back with you or I can't justify the situation, but you shouldn't talk about black people because you black. Nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, what? Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna talk about everybody. I don't care if you black, white, Mexican, gray, pink, purple, orange, whatever. But, when niggas do shit, who's gonna have the most impact on? Because let's be honest, society's gonna look at people a certain way. It is what it is. And so if a nigga run around here, Davion Clowney run around here tripping, who they gonna point the finger at? They gonna point it at Honcho. Goddamn. They gonna say Clowney ain't do shit. It was that nigga Honcho. He did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look-alike ass nigga. Now, again, if something is unjust, like I feel like the way, like I told you about that shit in Phoenix, overkill. Overkill. Now, don't let that fucking kid steal. You can't justify letting your child steal, but at the same time, you can't justify, I'm gonna put a cap in your ass over a fucking Barbie doll. You know what I'm saying? Get the motherfuckers about the vehicle. Handle your business. Do what you gotta do. But let's stop the nonsense, man. Like, you gonna murder some people over a Barbie doll? Now, I don't know anything else, but they finna get paid. They finna see $10 million off that. That Barbie doll was a fucking come up. Goddamn. That Barbie doll was a $10 million investment. Shit. God damn. Oh, shit. I wish the little one would. I'll take a little roughing up. Get a little 10 mil. I could handle that. Look, I've been drew down on before. It ain't no big deal. Just don't move too fast. But it is what it is, man. It's unfortunate. So I'm gonna call it when I say, hey, my deal is this, man. Let me look at all the pieces of this story. People say, well, people over here doing this and doing this. Well, they don't get treated this way. The law's ultimate purpose, they want to apprehend, they want to send this person to court, they want to, you know, they want this person to go through the process for the most part. But at the same time, what they want more than apprehending this person, what they want more than arresting this person is to be able to go home at night, right? They want to go home at night before anything else. So if it means my life and arresting versus my life and, you know, going home tonight, shit. Well, this somebody got to die, and it ain't finna be me. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's Robin, Studio City, baby. What the motherfucking deal?
Studio City. Ain't heard from you in a minute. How you feeling this evening?
Wait, what?
I said I haven't heard from you in a minute. How you feeling this evening?
I'm good. So what's the topic of the evening?
We're discussing facts and feeling. We're referring to one case in particular, but I mean, it could go across the board over a variety of things. Because do you feel like people operate more so based on facts when it comes to these news stories, or do they let their feelings take precedent?
Oh, okay. Ooh, I was going to go, okay, when you said fact and feelings, I didn't know what was going on. I was going someplace else. So political fact and feelings.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. Well, political fact and feelings? See, what happens is we're all looking for an answer for something that's like some great fucking answer beyond. Each president who is our president gets to be our president for 4 years and then maybe 8 years if they're lucky. And what we're looking for is a change. Something that's going to take us and elevate us and affect us each in what's going on. And daily, Trump does affect us each, and it's in a positive way. Facts and feelings. Okay, let's take facts and feelings. Let's take the fact that a hypothetical question was asked of the president, what would you do if? And he hypothetically asked that question, and the news media goes on a fucking barrage of bizarrity. Their news. Why don't you fucking give me the news? Instead of the emotional bizarrity of the fact that somebody said something. It's a hypothetical. Let's go to the actual. Okay, actually, the Democratic Party in the election of 2016 did hire Fusion GPS, which was an American company which hired another aspect, which hired a foreign entity to create a fake bullshit that everybody's talking about. Okay, now when hypothetically a question is asked on Donald Trump, who supposedly doesn't talk to anybody that's not on his side, goes on ABC, who is totally against him. Stephanopoulos, or whatever the guy's name is, was Hillary Clinton's press secretary, and he toured around with him for days, like 2 or 3 days. Went on, in the Beast, whatever that is, their car, and on the plane, and all of these things. Like, the emotion of politics is to scare the fuck out of people, steal people's votes. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on in Georgia, for instance. Tiffany Haddish is not doing her show there because, she wants to to stand with whatever.
Well,
okay.
Georgia won on that one.
Okay.
They ain't missing shit.
Okay, Georgia, really? Okay, I'd call that voter suppression. I'd call all of Hollywood voter suppression. You're telling these people, if you do not, vote that out, if you do not stand where we want you to stand, we are not going to do business there. Isn't that some kind of voter suppression? I say everybody in Georgia fucking sue Hollywood. Because, see, Hollywood, it's not Hollywood. Every one of these people, Tiffany Haddish, everybody else, Alyssa Milano, see, they work for a studio. They're represented by a studio. So why don't you sue those studios for voter suppression? You're not going to film in Georgia? Okay, first of all, I don't really think Georgia gives a fuck. No. As a matter of fact, maybe in the 80s people gave a shit about Hollywood and put Hollywood up on a pedestal. But Hollywood, you're not up on that pedestal. But what you're doing is if you don't get rid of the heartbeat law, then we're not going to come there and do business. Okay, that's voter suppression right there, right? I mean, am I wrong?
They're definitely trying to influence a significant.
Right, they're trying to influence voters. Isn't that illegal? I mean, isn't that what they're, all this bullshit? I mean, the Russians interfering with elections and blah, blah, blah. Well, aren't you trying to interfere with the Georgia election? Am I right? Am I wrong? I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I can be wrong.
I mean, you're definitely making an impact on the politics. You're definitely making an impact on what people are supporting or what they're not supporting by trying to kind of push your influence from a.
Well, no. Let's say, okay, look, I'm Joe Blow. I work for some place that is doing production in Georgia, and now these people are telling me if I support this bill, I'm not going to have a job. Sorry, that's voter suppression right there, wrapped up in a nutshell, and all put on with a bow for you. It's control, trying to control, and people in Hollywood, these and Tiffany Haddish, people are like, who's Tiffany Haddish? Well, I really don't know what movie Tiffany Haddish has been in, and I don't really know who Tiffany Haddish is, other than the fact that right now, Tiffany Haddish is one of the cartoon characters in the Pet movie.
Oh, the Pets that just came out? Okay.
The Secret Lives of Pets.
Okay.
She's one of the characters in that. And but why? Because you're some Hollywood elitist, do you get to tell me what I'm supposed to think is right and wrong? And not only that, but okay, so you're not going to come to Georgia to perform because you're going to stand up for the heartbeat bill, but perhaps maybe you just didn't even sell enough tickets, and that's just your easy way out. So I don't know where I'm going with this. Honcho, reel me in.
Good. I understand what you're saying. That it has an economic impact for people who may work in that industry. They may not support those beliefs, but now because somebody else has a feeling, they may have a little bit more leverage, a little bit more power, that they almost have to control the outcome for a person who may or may not agree with them.
Well, no, Hollywood is literally trying to control how people in a state. Okay, the reason that bill got passed in Georgia is because the people of Georgia, the people that voted their people. Look, I'm in California. I wish the people here in California would do what us voters wanted, because it sure isn't what the fuck we've got. Look at what's happening I mean, California, the taxes alone could kill you. The homeless. I'm from LA. I don't know what San Francisco looks like, but I see through the news and different things. I mean, who the hell wants to move to California? First of all, you want to buy a house. First of all, do you know what the median house in San Francisco is? $1.2 million. That's the median house. That means the middle of the line price. And that doesn't matter if you're in the ghetto or in the best part. The median price is $1.2 million. The median price in California is $600,000. Now you go into LA, the median price is is in the $1.2 million. You go other places, do you know what I mean? But the outskirts of California, it's ridiculous. And our gas, you got to pay almost $4 a gallon for gas. And then I think June 29th or 20 something, they're adding another gas tax. So it's another 40 or 60 cents onto the gallon we're already paying for the taxes. And then we have this homeless thing going on here, and you've got Maxine Waters, you've got Dianne Feinstein, you've got Nancy Pelosi, you've got Kamala Harris. I mean, you got Gavin Newsom. I mean, our state is fucking disgusting. And these people are, all their answers are is to tax us more. You know.
Man,
So anyway.
and I saw that thing. I can't remember who sent it or showed it. Somebody posted in the Facebook group, I believe.
Wait,
And
say that again? I didn't hear what you said.
No, I was trying to remember who. Somebody posted that thing about the homelessness in L.A. and in Hollywood in itself, and they were talking about it's just right around the corner.
Oh, forget Hollywood. It's in the valley, dude. It's in the suburbs.
It's terrible. It's like 10 cities
It is. If you go in, okay, you have L.A. L.A. is a bit, you know, you've got Hollywood, you've got downtown, you've got Beverly Hills, and you've got the beach, Santa Monica, and then you have the valley, Van Nuys, North Hollywood, all of those places where Universal Studios is, where most of the studios are. It is a pit. There are you can, if there's one video out there that shows. I'm trying to think of who did it. I think it was high shit. What is the name? Anyway, high integrity, anyway, there's a video out there, and it's but it's the news. I think it's Fox News, and they're doing an aerial of LA, and then they go into the valley, and the valley encampment is larger than the city encampment.
Wow.
And I mean, it is an encampment that is like that. You see the city encampments, you see 2 or 3 blue tents next to each. I mean, you see a lot of tents next to each other, but the encampment in the valley is like all of these blue tent things that have been turned into like a mall. So instead of you walk into a tent, it's bizarre. But it takes acres and acres. I mean, it's when people say LA, they don't realize what LA encumbers and where the studios are in comparison. Like when you think of LA and you think of Skid Row and you think of Hollywood and all of that, you think that that's where all the studios are. But see, they're not. They're like in the valley in Burbank. And so outside of all the studio, under every freeway underpass, there's homeless people, and in tents after tents after tents, and it's in the midst of $700,000-800,000 million homes, you know, and it's bad. But for somebody to tell a state, if you don't lean this way, we're not going to bring work there, that's fucking voter suppression, and that's criminal. And I want to know why. I want to know why those kind of things aren't being addressed, because when we talk about our presidential elections and other things and all this crap going on, I'm in California and I truly don't believe it's as blue as they're trying to make people think it is. But the other thing is, see, here in California a few years back, with all the, you know, illegal immigrants and everything, and they let them get driver's license, when you go get to the DMV and you get a driver's license, one of the questions on the thing is, do you want to register to vote? So, do you know how many illegals we have registered to vote?
How many is that? How many would you estimate?
You go, everybody who goes into the DMV, you register. You either can register or choose not to register. And if, let's say on any given day you got 50,000 illegal immigrants and they're getting their driver's license, guess what? They're also getting registered to vote. So see, in the state of California, even if you need an ID to vote, it doesn't matter. They're illegally registered. They got their fucking driver's license. And the reason they gave them driver's license is because of all the uninsured motorists that there were on the road. That was the the reason why they, oh, well, look, we got all these uninsured motorists who, because they can't get their driver's license and they're illegal. So if we let them get their driver's license, then they can get insurance, right? That was like the premise that was passed. See, what the true premise is we can get these people as registered voters, right, when they get their when they get their driver's license. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, don't they have a thing going on too where they're saying that they're going to provide health insurance for all of the immigrants, but you have all those homeless
Yeah,
people
here
out
in
there?
California, guess what? Guess what? There are people who can't afford insurance, but guess what? They're going to have to pay for somebody else's. You can't have insurance. You're an American citizen. You can't afford it, and you have no insurance. But these people illegally crossing into your state, we're going to go ahead and insure them on your tax money. Nothing but, I mean, it's absolute bullshit. But I watched something really interesting today. I'm going to, tomorrow I'll figure out how I can message it to you. Really worth watching, or it's from Axe Truth. Do you ever watch Axe Truth?
I don't think I have. Can't say that I have. If I did, I don't.
Okay, well, that's what the head, whatever I try to forward to you, that's where it's coming from. Axe, A-X-E, Truth.
Okay.
And I highly recommend you check him out. I mean, you know, it's definitely something worth looking at. But anyway, sweetie, love you. Thank you for letting me babble away. Everybody out there, sorry if you hate me. You know, hope I at least dusted some. Oh, and the other thing, happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Yes.
Dad, stepdad, granddad, whatever. You yourself, I know that you're with a woman who has children. You're doing your part to be a man in somebody's life. So happy Father's Day to you.
Oh, well, thank you, Miss Studio City, and I appreciate it. Yeah, shout out to all the dads all the good dads out there. You know,
That's right.
All y'all. All right, Miss
Okay,
Studio City.
you be well.
You too. I appreciate the call.
Stand up for Texas. We love you. Blue Bonnets. Drive friendly. Drive friendly. No, I was like, when I went to my son's born in Corpus Christi, and when I went to Texas, I was I'm like, what the fuck does drive friendly mean? Drive friendly. They all have guns in the back of their trucks. I'll drive friendly. I'll wave at you, Whataburger. What's up?
That's what I'm talking about. Hold up, water. See, I already know. It is what it is. Made in Corpus Christi.
But hey, let me tell you, when you go down to the Gulf Coast and you go over some of those causeway bridges, you can find some of the best little shanty shacks to get you some of the best fried shrimp or fried fish and they're like, do you know what I'm talking about, under the causeway bridges?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. Huh?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go across, go over to Padre Island, go across the South Padre Island Bridge, and you're on this causeway thing that you're afraid you're going to die on driving across, and you see this little shack, and you're like, dude, what's that? I'm just going to stop because I'm scared because this, I could fall off this bridge if the wind blows, and there's this dude who can't understand a damn word he says, but he hands you food, and you're like, oh, I'll be coming back here tomorrow.
Yeah, those little mom and pop spots be the best spots, man. You find some little hidden secrets, and they're always.
No, and they cook stuff you think you've had fried shrimp until you had fried shrimp. You're like, I don't know what the hell that was, but that was the best damn thing I ever had in my life. So, okay, sweetie. Well, happy Father's Day, everybody. Be well.
All right.
God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you calling in. Hey yo. What y'all want to mix a crew tonight? Y'all let me know how y'all feeling. Y'all want to mix a crew tonight or no? Or no? Y'all ever see that video a while back? It was a couple of years back. This nigga had like $15. I got stacks or no. No, you don't hear me talk about the little one. When I speak on the little one, that is, like I say, my old lady, she does have a daughter, and that is my daughter. So I told you I was gonna give y'all a mixer this weekend, and Sundays I want to kind of be, I want to tighten up, get back on schedule for next week. I got to get back to the 2-hour den, so that way I can give you guys more content overall. But I think we might, because I didn't give y'all one last night. I said I would, but I was a little bit more tired last night. So there's that. So let's see. Whose account should I raid? I should tax somebody's pistachio account and just give them out to myself. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hello.
Hello, Miss Rosita. How are you doing this evening? What would you like to share with the people?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am excellent. I am splendid now that you have called and I've heard the lovely voice of Miss Rashida. What would you like to share with the den this evening, ma'am?
Well, I don't know how I feel about this case right here. I'm a little bit conflicted.
Okay.
I just got a lot of questions that ain't been asked.
Okay. Let's see if we can answer some of those questions this evening.
First, I want to know how Mr. Brandon got there to where he was.
It was his. You're talking about where he got shot at, or where he got to the car?
Where he moved to get the car. That's the first thing I want to know.
Yes.
How did he get there?
Now, somebody had to participate in it. I would not be surprised if it was a baby's mother or something. I would not be surprised. I
believe it was some of his fellow gang members.
Okay, gang. Okay.
Gang. That's why I think it was gang and bang bang.
Okay.
And he was kicked out of a lineup. So to me, that means that the person knew that there was multiple people, probably males, involved in that situation.
Okay.
Now, what happened to that person getting shot? That was very unfortunate.
I agree. I definitely agree.
And there's no reason to blame that victim at all. You know what I'm saying? He definitely had no fault in that incident, in my opinion. But other people should take a note from that to be precautious when dealing with things like that. Because, this ain't the first time I heard about somebody trying to get a car and end up getting killed,
Okay.
Now, on to the situation. I just need to see a video. That's it. I just need to see a video of the incident that happened with the police. I need to see. I don't have that much faith in believing everything the police say. Because he's not here to tell what happened.
Now, the thing I don't think there's going to be, because, now a lot of the local area police, they have body cams now, but with these being U.S. Marshals, they're not required to wear body cams. So I don't know if there will be one. I don't know if they have them in the vehicles or anything like that. So I think it's going to be kind of hard to come across that if there is anything.
And where was the intent to apprehend him alive? Now, if he rammed their cars, that means they were close enough to him to hop out their car and get him. Is that not correct?
But how are they gonna get him out of the car if he's already in the vehicle and he's moving?
No, I'm saying once he hit their vehicle, he stopped. He's not continuing to ram it, is he?
No, they said he rammed it.
He hopped out his car at some point, right?
They said he rammed it multiple times. And I know me personally, I wouldn't be on foot if. Let me tell you about the incident. This is something that I've seen, and when they come and box you in, and they are police have techniques and procedures, and I'm sure the marshals have techniques and procedures to apprehend a suspect on foot.
Right.
Yeah, but the bulletproof vest don't mean that you're not gonna break something if you get licked, because that impact is a motherfucker. But Well, what I'm saying is they have methods of boxing you in. So I'm pretty sure they were watching him. I'm pretty sure they were watching the home for a while. I'm pretty sure they were around the corner, whatever, and they probably tried to box him in. Now, it could have been one or two things going through the mind at this time. It could have been, depending on if the cars were unmarked or whatever. He could have been thinking it's a jack move. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they trying to hit me. Or he could have known that he was in for some shit. Because, I mean, it had to be something in his mind. Because, you know, he made several references to the police. And he was talking about, hey, man, the hood been hot today. The cops been all around all day today. So I think that had something to do with it. But you get boxed in a certain way. And if you're panicking, you know, you're going to try to get out. And once you realize, okay, well, I hit the car a couple times. I can't get out. The move is he's trying to get into, I don't know if he had the gun in the back seat or what or where he had it. That he was trying to get it. Apparently he was getting a hold of the gun, and that's when they shot him. So maybe they figured once he got out the vehicle, that's when they got out their vehicles and tried to apprehend him. Once they saw a weapon, then, you know, there's multiple law enforcement people there. So I know, you know, people are like, oh, 20 shots. But if you have a task force, it's going to be quite a bit of people. Say even if you only have 5 people that go to apprehend them, and they're accurate with their shooting, you know, and they each of them hit you, you know, they say you got, I don't know what kind of guns they carry. Say you got 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole. And they hit you at a, what would that be? About a 25% accuracy. And you got 4 or 5 guys shooting at you because they see you draw your weapon. And I'm sure it's probably more than that. You're gonna get hit quite a few times. You know, if everybody's reacting, especially when the gunfire goes off, other people are gonna react. They don't know if you shooting or they shooting. You know, that's just kind of human nature. So
if the car is moving, how all these people around are moving cars? See, I'm just confused about a lot of stuff. Now, he was shot 20 times, and his neck is broken. I just got a lot of questions.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all.
A bullet will
I
break
just
a
need
neck.
my questions down.
A bullet will break a neck. So I don't know. You know, I don't know where all he was hit. Again, but if one of them would have caught him in the neck, and multiple would have caught him in the neck. Bullets will break.
I wouldn't have broke his neck like that, though, because they put him in handcuffs after they shot. Now, what was the point of that?
Well, to make sure that he is, you know, you can't.
All the 20 shots and make sure he was dead. Now, marshals are trained shooters, in my opinion. So it wouldn't have took no 20 shots. 1 shot to the head, he gone. Why y'all didn't shoot him 20 times? That's ridiculous.
Again, but nobody's going to shoot their gun one bullet at a time, especially in a situation like that. Especially if he's pulling out some type of weapon that's automatic, semi-automatic, or whatever that he's carrying. And I don't know what type of weapons they had. So if they feel like they're threatened, they're going to shoot to kill.
So
they're not going
to fire his gun.
I don't know. I don't know if he got a shot off. But are you going to wait if somebody's going to draw down on you?
He never got a shot off, but he needed to be shot 20 times.
If somebody is going to pull out on you and you have the jump on them, are you going to wait to see if they're going to shoot? And this man is a known shooter. He didn't just lick somebody 5 times.
He's allegedly a known shooder. They never convicted him of that.
Are you going to wait? Are you going to wait to find out? He pull out. He jump. His natural reaction. He can't get out is to jump out with a gun. You gonna wait to find out if he's a shooter or not?
That's what they said happened. We wasn't there. We don't know what happened until we see some video proof of what happened.
But if we use that, we don't know what they said. Then we could put anything in that story. He could.
Yeah, I'm saying I know if he's dead and they the only ones telling the story. So.
Well, you know, again, I don't. What other reason do you think they would have to just go after this man if they didn't believe that, you know, he was? This man has had several felony charges, but somehow they were all dropped. He's had weapons charges before. He's posting on Facebook, a lot of money, a lot of guns. If you were a cop and you put yourself in their shoes and you had to approach a criminal or somebody you believed was a criminal, somebody that you believed, again, in your warrant it says has no regard for human life because he shot a man just because he wanted his car, and he's posting a bunch of pictures you see with guns on Facebook, you know, some of the comments and things that he made, and you kind of have an awareness of his lifestyle, and you know that he is gang affiliated actively. Are you going to wait to try to determine that and talk with him if he's pulling out a gun, or are you going to react to save your own life?
Okay, so we keep going in circles now. There had to be time for all of these people to assemble around him, correct?
That's when they boxed him in. You box somebody in, you hop out the car. Look, like I said, I've had a situation where I got drew down on. It took seconds. It does not. It's not like it take a minute or two to get around. These people are trained to operate quickly. You know what I'm saying? They
So if they boxed him in,
Mhm.
then why didn't they box his door in so he couldn't get out?
But what if his car is facing, say, when you park on the curb, that means they would have to pull up on the curb and box that door in. It's not like he was just parked in the middle of the street where they could pull up on side of him and box his door in. You're going to have access. If you're walking from your house to your car, normally you're going to park with, depending on which way you come on the street, but normally you're going to park with the driver's side door closest to your house, especially if you in that life and you're trying to get in and out quickly and move quickly. Your door is going to be closest to, the building in which you are currently in, so you can get out of there quickly and move quickly. So there's no space. I mean, they would have to pull up on the sidewalk to be able to box his door in, and I don't think I don't think they're gonna do that. They're gonna make a move to where he can't operate, where he can't move in the street, but they're not gonna pull up on the sidewalk and just be able to box his door in on the side. I mean, that puts them in a dangerous position if they were to do something like that.
I guess. But anyway, I don't feel like nobody have a right to judge him because at 20, a lot of people was doing shit they didn't have no business doing. And if something would happen to a person that was in the gang life at 20 and they never had a chance to turn their life around, then why would it be fair to judge them at what they did when they was 20? Because plenty of people been 20, did dumb shit, changed, they went to jail, turned their life around, and came out to be way better people.
This is true, but is murder ever
But
excusable?
he'll never get that opportunity.
Okay, but what if that man would have never got that opportunity? If he
him at 20 for what he was gonna be for the rest of his life.
But let's say he did what he did. Let's say he did what he did with that vehicle, right? Let's say he shot that man. Do you think his intent was to kill that man? If let's say he did what he did, what he was accused of.
I don't know what his intent was.
He shot that man 5 times. He shot that man 5 times. Do you think that's just
you
a
keep saying he shot that man? We don't have no proof that he shot that man.
Okay. Rashid, I think you just don't want to believe it.
It was alleged that he shot him.
Okay.
If he was with more than multiple people when he went there, I don't know that he shot him. I don't know he was the shooter.
Okay, but you know what happens when you commit a crime with multiple people? You commit murder and you got 3 or 4 people in the car. Do you know who gets charged with that?
I know everybody gets charged.
Okay,
I know that.
So he affiliated. He had some idea of what was going to go down if he went in that situation, and he participated. So again, I can agree. A lot of people do a lot of dumb shit at 20. I did dumb shit at 20. But the thing is, if you are acting...
Now, suppose you had been him at 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be who you are today now if the cops had killed you at 20 for the shit you did.
But here's the deal. At 20, I knew what the fuck I was doing. I knew that, hey...
Okay, but you still had the opportunity to continue your life to be a better person.
But I didn't get jammed up in the situation. I wasn't shooting nobody.
Yeah, can't sit up here and be...
But my thing, I didn't shoot. I have not committed armed robbery. That is not something I ever did. I don't justify jacking. There's no justification for jacking whatsoever. Hustling is a different thing from jacking. If you testing people's life because you want what they got, I cannot vouch for that. You know better. You know not to steal when you 5. You know not to steal when you 2 or 3 years old. That's a lesson you should know. So to threaten somebody, like if you hit somebody 5 times, you expect them to clock out. There ain't no wounding somebody. It ain't no, you trying to wipe this person out and they happen to survive. Again, so but my thing is this. Yeah. If you do something and you pay your dues and you handle your business and then you are released back into society or whatever it is, then yes, you deserve a second chance. But if you're actively involved in the situation and you are threatening lives and you are a danger to society, something's going to happen. It's probably going to be more unfortunate for you than it is going to be for the population at whole. They're going to remove you from society, either by putting you in jail or either by taking your life.
Well, that's what jail is for, and that's what the court system is for, to judge and convict him, not for people to sit up there and say, well, his life wasn't worth nothing or anything like that. He deserved to die.
Nobody said he deserved to die, but the thing is, if you...
it was plenty of people that hopped on talking about he deserved it because he did so he did. He might have been this and that. He might have been a thug. He might have been a gangster, but he was still somebody to his family.
Okay, so the man that got shot, was he somebody to his family?
Okay, but he's still alive. He can still.
Okay, so it was worth him getting shot though. That's what you said. It was worth him getting shot, though he's still alive. It's something that should have never happened, but it was worth it, even though he's still alive. That's justified compared to old buddy getting killed.
So one is alive and one is dead. The one that's alive can go on to make
One is an aggressor, one is a victim.
When he's dealing with people he don't know.
One-
And the other one is deceased, which means he can't change what he did, nor make amends or do
You can't change it if he was
You can't-
alive. You shot that man. You can't change it if you're alive. That man was still shot. That man still has to recover. That man had almost life-threatening injuries. There's no justification for what he did. 20, 100. There's no justification. You know what you're doing when you pull that trigger. Whether he was the shooter, where he was with them niggas who had that shit planned, or whatever it may be. If you were involved, you understand the repercussions of what happened. When you shoot somebody, you're doing it to wound or kill, maim, or whatever it is. You know exactly what your intentions are. It's not, I'm gonna shoot him 5 times and hope he survives. Nobody thinks that. If anybody hits somebody 5 times, they are trying to kill you. That's it. Point blank, period.
So, in the case where the police officer pulled up on that family and told the father he had put a bullet in his head, that was justified too, right?
That's a completely different situation.
No, but I'm just saying.
It's a completely
let's not act like these police don't do
okay, but that's a completely different situation. You're talking about an innocent situation versus somebody who was expected to be a known aggressor in the community, a person who was expected to be armed and dangerous. I said that earlier with the shit that happened.
Police is armed and dangerous.
That's their job. That's what they get paid for.
Unfortunately.
But that's what they get paid
because
for.
a lot of them are rogue and do dumb shit. It was a cop not too long ago was raping a teenager.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, it's a lot of them do shit.
It was a female cop that was fucking with a 16-year-old that just happened. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, in this situation, I look at situation individually.
Police officer lady that killed a guy she was dating, saying it was the wrong apartment that she went to. Come on now.
But what I'm saying, was that lady on the scene? Was that lady on the scene with Brandon Weber? That's a completely different situation. So what I'm saying is,
you can't say his situation is the average situation either, though.
Okay, but
that's not.
Why is it not average?
Every situation. Why? With the other ones I said, you said is a different case.
Okay.
You want to take those case by case, but then try to make his. That's what normally.
I done pointed the facts out in this case, man. If you represent yourself as an active gang member, what do you? If somebody told you, I'm banging, and I'm with the shit, what are you gonna think?
I don't care if nobody in the chat don't agree with me. Don't none of y'all have to agree with me. Y'all ass can go to bed. Shit, really? If I already want to clock.
But what I'm saying is, if this man identifies as an active gang member, he posting pictures and shit on Facebook with guns and money, what would you think of this person? What do you think that person's doing? That they're selling lemonade?
I think he's young and dumb, like a lot of people are young and dumb.
Okay, did
he send a video to the police?
You posted it in the public. If you post it on your public Facebook, it's for everybody.
Do he feel like he got friends with the police to see his video?
Man, somebody if you put something public, everybody can see it. I can sit on here talking about all kind of stuff, and people look. I had the trans video. They came and you made it public. It's public. What can I do about that? If you put something out in public, it's accessible for everyone. Social media means if you open, if it's not a private profile, it's for anybody who wants to see what you about. Unless you block that shit, unless you make that shit private. So if you leave it open, guess what? We know the government, we know the laws, we know all these people are behind a lot of this stuff. And they're going to check it out. They're going to look. If somebody, it's snitches everywhere. They're going to say, hey, man, this guy over here is doing this. You guys got to pay attention to him. Especially if you put more stuff on there after you allegedly have committed a situation. But if you know you affiliated, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, like Prepay said, this boy stacking in every photo. He throwing up his set in every photo. You see that same color green. So he in it. There's no justified he's not a gang member. Well, we said, it's a different situation from a civilian who's just a working man. He goes to work and he gets caught up in a whole ass situation with the police versus a man who is an active gang member and saying, he got unjust treatment. Yeah, everybody's young and dumb. And the unfortunate thing about that is everybody don't get to survive being dumb. That's just not how it works. Some people, do a bunch of dumb shit. They get fortunate enough they may have to sit down for a little bit, think about what they were doing. But if he never got caught for anything, do you think he would ever change his ways? If he would have just been able to run rampant and never got caught up for anything, do you really honestly think he would ever change his ways?
There's a lot of people that didn't get caught doing dumb shit to change their ways. So it's hope for anybody.
Yeah, it's hope. It's hope, but we can't rely on hope.
There's a lot of people done shit in the street, dirt in the street, didn't get caught, didn't get no jail time. That don't mean you're not gonna change because you didn't suffer no consequences. It's up to that person to change.
Okay. Well, do you think
We don't know. He dead now. We don't know what he would have done with his life.
Okay, absolutely.
So,
And actually, he could have been.
Okay.
But the thing is, he could have just as way he could have changed. He could have still stayed on that same path. And could have popped a couple more people for cars too, if that was the case. So what I'm saying is, we don't have any facts either way. But with the facts
you
that
right. It's good the Marshall's killed. You right.
I never said that.
He off the street.
When did I ever say that it was good that this young man died?
Off the street. So,
When did I ever say that this young man died?
That's wonderful.
You know who thinks it's good that he's off the streets? The man who got shot. He ain't shoot me. I don't know what happened. So my thing is, like, we gotta stop with the look. Here's my deal. and what did I say in the video? Hey, do what the fuck you do, but you have to suffer the consequence. So I didn't condemn necessarily anything he was doing, but if you are an active gang member, you're gonna have a certain stigma placed on you. If you're taking pictures with guns, you're an active gang member, not a citizen who's going to the shooting range and got a CDL or not CDL, CHL, and hey, use my guns, I shoot, I appreciate my Second Amendment rights. But you're talking about, I'm doing this, I'm rolling blunts, I'm smoking, I'm, doing all this other shit, I'm thugging, I'm out here, I'm with the shit. You know what I'm saying? And you doing this and you posting this shit on a daily. So you shouldn't expect it. So what we say, oh, that's a good kid. One time he made the honor roll in school, so he's such a good kid. Is that what we're supposed to still believe? Is that what we're still supposed to believe?
First of all, those are people that knew him when he was in high school. That don't mean they knew what all he was doing.
But that's the message that they pushing out there. But that's the message they putting out here.
They don't advertise everything. Real gang members don't sit up there and advertise what all they doing. That's what let me know he was.
These young niggas are foolish. These young niggas are foolish. I just watched the little nigga have a shootout on Facebook Live. You seen how many stories we heard about people coming out of Chicago? There's been 3 or 4 stories of people getting popped on Facebook Live.
They not real gangsters.
Well, they
out there false flagging.
Whether they real gangsters or not, are they a threat to the community? If you kill somebody, okay. So if you represent yourself
in that community, you don't know why people don't turn their head and see.
All I'm saying is this: the man, he advertised himself. Marketing is the biggest business in America. You can have a shitty product, if you market it well, it sells. He's marketing himself as a gang affiliated. He hustling, he doing whatever he's doing. He's marketing himself as a shooter. He letting you know, I'm strapped, I'm with the shit. So are you not supposed to believe that? Are you not supposed to believe that if that's how he's advertising himself? Are you not supposed to believe that's what he about? Or those are just jokes that he putting on Facebook for fun?
I don't know him to judge him, so I'm gonna leave that right there where it's at. That's on him. I mean, well, he's not here anymore. He's deceased because he got shot 20 times and had his neck broke. So I can't ask him to know what his intent was with that video.
I got nothing. You don't want to believe. I mean, I have nothing.
All I know is people want to sit up here and drag that man's name to the people that he knew back in high school. That's how they knew him. They didn't know him as thug and all that kind of stuff, I guess. So, hey.
Man, I'm gonna take you how you represent yourself. But again, if I see a motherfucker with a bunch of tattoos on their face and stuff like that, I'm not gonna be funny about it. I'll look at you a certain way, and I'm gonna approach you, and I'm gonna handle you a certain way, and I'm gonna be very cautious, and I'm gonna be on alert when dealing with you. Might be a good dude.
These are imitations of gangsters. They're not real.
I don't give a fuck.
They have no idea.
I don't care about that. But are these kids out here shooting?
I know you don't care about.
They shouldn't know. But they shouldn't know. Those kids are shooting, and whether they real or not.
Right.
A scared man will shoot you faster than a real a person who is genuine. They straight up. A fearful man will kill you faster than anybody. So whether they real, whether they fraud, if they out here doing this dirt. And they doing all this other shit, regardless of the actual term gang or whatever. It's a lot of motherfuckers claiming bus stops and calling it a gang, and a lot of niggas creating this little bullshit that it doesn't have any legacy or history to it or whatever. But they out there doing, they feel, that's what they feel. That's how they operate now. Should we not treat them like that? I'm saying for your own sake, not even the police or anything like that. If somebody tells you they a gangster and they with some shit, how would you treat them?
Well, it seems like I can't talk, so you know what? I'm gonna just go.
You feel free to talk.
No, I can't get in no words. You keep cutting me off, so you know I'm just.
No, I won't say nothing else. Take your time. I won't say anything.
Go ahead and finish.
I'm done. I'm gonna let you take your time. Have all the time you want. Have all the time. I'm not saying nothing else after this.
I'm good. I'm gonna end the call. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Miss Rashid. The facts are this. That flag is affiliated with that hood. The facts are that this man posted videos and things on his Facebook. Apologize for your ears. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
This is prepaid. I'm going to call and finish this up strong.
Okay.
Y'all know Rashida, my sister. Y'all know I love her.
Yes.
But you gotta pray for your family. That nigga Brandon Weber got exactly what the fuck he was looking for. And I'm glad they laid his ass down. And Honcho, as the host, I understand you saying you don't feel that way. I'm speaking for me and me only. They should have got his ass sooner. See, the problem is with the black community, every time a motherfucker who we know is committing crime and doing wrong and terrorizing our own community, every time they get killed, we want to get all the facts. We want to see the ballistics. We want the coroner report. They need to be going to jail. Man, you can't. There is no rehabilitation for a motherfucker like that. None. If he go on Facebook Live and make a video and say, "I'm not going to prison," then they're going to kill me. You know what comes after that? It means you have to kill them. That's how this shit works. I openly tell people I am not paying my student loans. So Sally Mae can call me and be nice if she wants to. Bitch, you ain't getting no money. I said what I said, and I meant what the fuck I said. He meant exactly what the fuck he said. He was living his truth. Gang, he was with all the gang shit. He was with all that shit. And guess what? He lived that shit.
Well.
And when they boxed his little punk ass in, it was only one way for him to put his in. He went for the strap, and they shot him 20 times. And if I was there, I'd have unloaded my clip. He should have got 32 of them bitches. And for y'all who asking about, can a bullet break your neck? Man, let me tell y'all something about the U.S. Marshals. Y'all talking about these procedures and shit when they pulled them over. The U.S. Marshals none of that shit apply to them. None of that shit apply to them. U.S. Marshals are taught to mow your motherfucking ass down in the spot you standing in. Depending on the caliber of the pistol, you can get shot in your arm and get your fucking shoulder knocked off. So you don't think a bullet can break your neck? Nah, man, ain't no conspiracy theories here. They lit his motherfucking ass up, as they rightfully should, and then they went and asked him a question to see how he was doing. That's the way it gotta be. That's the way it gotta be. They probably put him in the handcuffs after they killed him and then decided to ask him a few questions, interrogate him. Because that's what I would have done also. And if Brandon Weber was out here robbing and doing this shit to your family members, you want the U.S. Marshals to do the same fucking thing. Ain't no rehabilitation to a person who don't want to be rehabilitated. He was a gangster, doing gangster shit to some gangsters. So guess what? He got the only thing a gangster's promised, and that's a casket, man. He got that grave. Now, he got 4 kids. See, I didn't even know he had 4 kids at the age of 20. Thank you, Miss Meat, for doing that research. And y'all know how I feel about kids. I ain't got no beef with a man having a lot of kids, as long as he can raise them. And he no longer here to raise his kids. So I pray that somebody step in and take care of his kids. But as far as him, I don't give a shit about him. I ain't making no excuses about him, and the world's a better place than his ass ain't here no more. I'm going to leave y'all with something. It was a great quote that was done by Samuel L. Jackson in A Time to Kill. You fucking right, I killed him, and I hope he in hell. Good night.
Goddamn prepaid, buddy. Oh man. Oh, we catching some shenanigans from the stream. Little buffer action. I apologize if y'all catching some buffering, man. I apologize for that. Man, look. That community gonna come together. They got the GoFundMe's and everything. You know, they say they want to have a trust fund for the kids and all that. You know, if the gang is righteous, they gonna make sure those kids are raised. But are they righteous these days? Who knows? All I'm saying is this, man. All I'm saying is this. If this was a civilian on civilian situation, we wouldn't care about these questions. We wouldn't care about none of this shit, man. The funny thing about history is that's the way it works. The winner gets to dictate how the outcome. The winner gets to dictate the story. Do I believe a lot of history is false? Probably so. But you win, you get to dictate how it goes. You get to determine the outcome of this shit. Is it right? Maybe not. All I'm saying is this. There are certain things that were presented, how he chose to be represented. You know, we want to say honor student and all these other things. That sounds real good. You know. But he wasn't rocking a suit. He wasn't suit and tie, suited and booted. We want to talk about college student, you know. He wasn't fraternity affiliated. And I got my own thoughts about them goddamn fraternities. I ain't finna get on that shit. That's a whole other conversation. All I'm saying is this, man. I think all loss of life is bad. I would rather him have made different choices in his life and never be put in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Again, you make certain choices, you're going to get certain results. Even if he was allegedly and he wasn't the guy, you're still going to approach that dude if you thought he was the guy. You know, the point was they were attempting to apprehend him to get justice. I don't believe in, look, man, you do something to me, I want you to suffer. I don't think death is always the best outcome. It's the easy way out. It's the quick way out. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's dead. You ain't dealing with nothing. Ain't no pain, no nothing. It's just death. That's it. It might hurt a little bit, but that's going to be quick. Ain't no suffering. You're no longer of this world. My deal is this, man. The reason they were there were to apprehend him so that he could seek justice. They weren't hitmen sent to just kill this man and disappear like nothing happened. If that was the case, that's what would have happened. Again, obviously, this man did not go easily. Obviously, this man had it in his mind. We can try to disavow whether the post was for the cops or not. The post was put out there to let the world know this is who I am and this is how I get down. This is what it is. If you want action with me, this is how it's going to go. Now, do I think smoking weed makes you a gangster? Absolutely not. Not at all. But when you allegedly repping this set, everybody in this hood, then like I say, you go look at the memorial photos. Everybody in that hood got that same motherfucking flag. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if his mom was affiliated with it. And I'm not just gonna throw her in there, but you look at all the people right around her, you know, the closest people to her got that same shit, that same bandana, that same flag, whatever you want to call it. So obviously they was kosher with the nigga. They knew what was up because that has to be something serious in that neighborhood. They ain't not gonna just let some old rinky-dink ass nigga false claim they shit. I guarantee you that. They gonna apply pressure if you out there misrepresenting some shit. I guarantee that. Let's go by context clues. Let's operate how we know. And all I'm saying is we can feel however we want to. It's another black man dead. I wish he was there to be a good father. I wish he was there to be a representative to his kids. You know what I'm saying? But we chose a path. How long are you supposed to wait for somebody to rehabilitate who may never rehabilitate? This nigga's out in the street, 40, 50 years old, still nickel and diamond. Niggas go to jail, get out, and come back nickel and diamond. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody gets rehabilitated. Let's be real about this shit. Let's be 100 about this shit. I know a lot of niggas who've been in and out, go back in and out for the same shit. There's no guarantee of rehabilitation. That's a gamble. That's a guess. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Let's hope. There's a lot of things people are hoping for in this world that are not coming to fruition. I'm telling you what you are right now. I'm not gonna sit here and wait. Well, let's just wait till he shows signs of change, then we will go from there. That's not how it works. If this person who got shot for this car, this vehicle was in your family, you want this motherfucker hung on the spot. If your family member told you this is who did it, this is what it was, this, that, and the third, you want to do it yourself. But we get mad because it's law enforcement enforcing laws. Are they always right? Fuck no. Fuck no. And I've never said I never will. But we as human beings are not perfect. If you are identifying and representing yourself in a particular way, you're gonna get treated in that way. Some niggas gonna be afraid of that nigga gangster. I ain't fucking with that nigga. You know, he with the shit. So I ain't gonna fuck with him. I'm gonna make way. He coming down the street. I'm going to the other side of the road. He turning right. I'm going the opposite direction. Some niggas gonna fuck with that nigga. That's my partner. That's my dude. You know, they with the shits too. They all cool. Some motherfuckers on the other side of the law saying, well, this is a threat to our society. I have a job to do. Y'all think that cops go into these situations calm? Well, we know exactly. We're just going to go in and kill them and then go on about our way. No, that's not the purpose. That's not the point. You get on a roller coaster ride, your ass, your heart beating. What do you think you're doing when something is really a life-threatening situation? You don't know you don't know how a person is gonna react. This is all anticipation, hoping that your training kicks in. And if you see a situation that you feel like is going to endanger your life or the life of your partners or the people that you work with, that you've associated with and made friends with, whether I think they right, wrong, crooked, dirty, clean, whatever. These are the people that you made. Let's use human nature. You've affiliated with these people. These people are your co-workers, your family, however you identify with them. You're going to try to protect them. You're going to be more concerned with their well-being than the well-being of the person you're trying to apprehend. It's that simple. I think we're overcomplicating it. It's not a lot of extra shit to say about this. The man put himself out there like a gangster, whether he was real or not. Obviously, like I say, he was around a bunch of niggas. A bunch of gangsters came out to this nigga funeral. A bunch of however they operated. A bunch of motherfuckers came out to this funeral, that same flag. So obviously he was accepted in some association. Obviously he was putting in work in some form or fashion. I mean, we can feel how you want to feel. I can't tell anybody to feel any different way. Can't do it. Cannot tell you to feel any different way. But you play that game, you better play by the rules. You step outside the lines, one way or another, somebody gonna get you. Would have been another nigga from somebody else said this wouldn't even be news. Nobody give a shit. Nobody give a fuck. Nobody would give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But because we automatically assume law enforcement, and then we as black people automatically assume somebody of a different race killing somebody black, that's all we see. We don't see none of the other circumstances involved with it. Let's stop that. I'm not representing for nobody who don't have the same ideals as me. If it come down to it, and we talking about two people to pick from. Three, let's make it three. I'm gonna throw Asian in there. I like Asian people. Shout out to Chicago Mike. And the black, white, and Asian person. And the Asian person is the only person who has the same ideals as me, the same goals, that I'm finna affiliate with that Asian person because we trying to move in the same direction. I'm not finna fuck with the motherfuckers who trying to undermine me, undercut me, or take this thing in a direction I'm not trying to go. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We can talk about alleged, we can talk about all that other stuff. What is facts is this man posting pictures with guns, so he's telling you I'm with this shit. Can't deny that. There's no allegation about that. Guns all over the Facebook page. Money. When a motherfucker got the money on their ear, we know it's some square ass niggas, a bunch of old fake ass rappers and all that other shit out there doing that shit. But if this motherfucker got their flag, they got their gun, got their, I mean, this is the, what do they used to call that shit? The startup kits? That's the gangster startup kit right there, right? You know what I'm saying? And he got all that shit. What are you supposed to assume? Oh, he's a good guy. You know, he's not that bad of a person. Okay? You feel free to think that. Feel free to think that and see what kind of outcome niggas. You embrace everybody that you see that does that and see what your outcome is in the long term. Shit in the short term. You know what I'm saying? Again, these new niggas don't play by the old niggas' rules. Alright? These new niggas do not play by the old niggas' rules. So what you may have thought was gangster, shit, everybody say Young Thug a hitter, a shooter. He tried to get Wayne waxed and all that other shit. This nigga out here wearing dresses. There's new rules to this shit. There's new rules to this shit, man. So you can feel how you want to feel, but let's look at the facts. And the facts are all over that Facebook page that should tell you more than enough what's going down. But here's the deal. I told y'all I'm going to give y'all some mixer action, and I'm going to stick to it. So we're going to make that the last call. And what's going on with some of these text messages? Some of y'all are wild. Let me check that out. Okay. But all I'm saying is this, man. It's all love. I embrace everybody's opinions. I embrace everybody's thoughts. But all I'm saying is this. Let's look at what's real. And let's look at what is really stemming from our thoughts, our beliefs, and then what's really occurred in the situation. People got a job to do. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Oh, I'd asked too. I didn't see what your response was. You with the shits? What's happening? You know, we was talking about polygamy the other day. You know, yeah, we might try to see what's up with it. You know what I'm talking about? Let me stop the nonsense. But Mixer is a different site. Like I say, it's like Twitch, like a gaming site. But I usually get on the Mixer and just, you know, I'll get on some game. We just talk shit. We talk shit about everybody who don't show up in the Mixer. You know what I'm saying? We talk shit about everybody who don't show up in the Mixer. So if you ain't in there, we gonna talk bad about you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, you should have said that via text, but now you're going to have all kind of niggas trying to email you and shit. Well, what's going on? And I apologize if I upset anybody. You know, it's all love in the den. But. I gotta espouse my thoughts on certain things. It's just certain things because I'm a firm proponent of this. We talk about pro-black, and I did a video a while back, and I might bring that back. So y'all can understand what I mean. Because I did a video a while back in the den that says why I no longer identify as pro-black. And I think some people saw that and they just took the face value of that wording and was like, oh, you coon, you this, and this. That's not the case. It's why I don't identify with the term pro-black. But when it comes down to it, I want my black people to succeed. I'm not saying I don't want anybody else to win, but I want us to up our game, up our playing field. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too many of these nonsensical stories. There's too much of this shit we doing to ourselves, and there's a whole lot of other levels to this shit that need to be fixed. So if I can guide another person into a clearer way of thinking, from the way I used to think to how I think now, which I feel is better, because when I had my own situations and shit going on, and I was thinking a particular way, and then I noticed when I made changes and I changed my thought process, life got a lot better. You know what I'm saying? That's that. But I'll put the link to the Mixer, because you can go to the Mixer from the website, and but I think the app is better. I'll put that in the chat here in just a second. But as we get ready to wrap these things up, you know, I got to do my proper protocols. Hey, every weekday morning, then at 10 a.m. Central, live every night, 7 days a motherfucking week, 10 p.m. Central. Check out the podcast, denshowpodcast.com. Make sure you follow in there so that way when we start dropping some content there that you can be active in that conversation. Hit the Den Show shop, denshowshop.com. Go, hey, that's unfortunate. I don't want to see nobody lose their life. I want everybody, look, I'm on some kumbaya shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm on some kumbaya shit. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to win. I tell y'all that I mean that wholeheartedly. Whether I agree with you or disagree with you, I want you to have your best life. Here's the Den Social for those of you who may be asking. Twitter.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all Den Show Live. Easiest way to get to it. If you want the show, Instagram. If you want the show, Twitter. If you want the show, Facebook page. And come join the Facebook group. I saw a couple of people actually just join the Facebook group. I think I hit those accepts. So if you want to come join the Facebook group and have that conversation. And make sure you hit that like button. If you're just tuning in, if it's your first time, man, the conversation's always there, whether we on some serious shit, whether we on some wild shit, whether we just having a good time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is the best conversation on the internet. Period. Point blank. I don't care what anybody says, and it's not because of me, it's because of y'all. It's because of the calls, it's because of the chat. Even though y'all are ruthless in that chat. And Heidi is a racist. I don't care what anybody says, but she's my favorite racist. You can call the Den anytime, whether we live, whether we're not live, it doesn't matter. You might catch the voicemail, but hey, feel free to leave a voicemail. I think I cleared them out so they should be accessible. I know when we get a lot of calls, the voicemails get filled up like every night. But you can call the Den anytime. You can send a text message, you can send screenshots, picture messages, whatever it is. You got a funny meme, hey, you think it'll brighten up my day, man, shoot that shit. I love that shit. 833-284-3336. Again, 833, the number 2, the Den is the easiest way to remember that. And if you want my personal socials, I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Ed Honcho HTX. HTX for Houston, Texas, easiest way to remember that. If you want to make a one-time donation to the channel, I appreciate all the love. Shout out to Betty Spaghetti for pledging via the Patreon. I appreciate that support. You can donate at streamlabs.com/The Den Show. You want to drop a couple of Denjamins. And if you want to make a monthly pledge, like Miss Betty Spaghetti, like James, like Diana, like Dan, like Goya, and like Miss Tina Starry-Eyed, you can go to patreon.com/The Den Show. And I appreciate your support and your dedication to the long-term success of this community. Because it's not a channel, this is a community. And we all want to grow, we all want to know. We want to grow with each other. We want to know what each other thinks so we can understand. Sometimes there's segments of society we don't get to see. But by having these conversations, I'm not saying you have to change your mind about anything. But we have to have these conversations to know what people think and why they think what they think. I want to say it is an honor. It is a privilege. It is a pleasure. Let me put the mixer link down here real quick before I forget, because players fuck up. Sometimes we forget. I'll be on the mixer in I'll be on the mixer at 1:51. So I'll be on the mixer like 2 o'clock. About 8 minutes, I'll be there. So whatever time your time is, in like 8 minutes, I'll be on the mixer. Got to get set up and everything. But hey, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm waiting on my reparations too, goddamn. Look, they promised me something. Them Democrats get in office. Look, I'm waiting. I'm going to be the first one in line at Andrew Yang office. I'm going to be knocking at the door. Hey, what's up with it? I need mine. But I appreciate all of y'all. Again, we in here having fun, man. Don't take anybody too serious in here, whether your opinions. People are going to troll you. It is all in good fun, period. It's all in good fun. You know what I'm saying? Quit Mix It. I've never been on Mix It, but I'll have to check that and mix it out. But I am on the mixer. But I appreciate all of y'all, and I love y'all again. No matter what, man, I do. I appreciate y'all, the fact that y'all come through, support, engage. Mixer is an app, but you can go to the website. Like, you don't have to download the app. You can view it from the website, but I think the app it's probably a little bit better. But again, man, I appreciate all of y'all. I thank all of you for tuning in. Oh, I fucked up the mixer myself. I only put WW. Oh, George WW. Again, nothing but love, man. Here's the link. Here's the proper link, because I fucked it up. But I'll see y'all shortly. Shout out to the Mixer crew. Shout out to the Den folk. Man, thank y'all, man. I enjoyed the conversation, man. I enjoyed the conversation. Y'all are great, man. Y'all are great. You too, Prepaid, man. Happy Father's Day to you, man. I know you holding it down. Shout out to all the good dads out there. Shout out to all of y'all holding it down, whether you're pops, step pops, whether you're uncle taking the place. Any of y'all females talking about y'all mama and daddy, any of y'all females trying to claim Father's Day, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let the men have one. I fucks with you. But with that being said, I'll catch y'all on the mixer. Hope to see you there. And I'm out. Look, y'all ain't got to go home. Y'all already need to be at home. And y'all be cool, man. Y'all be light out there. I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Shout out to the den folk. I'm going. What y'all doing over there? Hey, man, if y'all got young people and y'all know they ain't acting right, man, if they in the streets, man, you better talk to them. Straight up and down, whether they're your kinfolk, whether it's just somebody you know, family, whatever it may be. You know they out there in the streets and they head first, it only gets worse. Y'all talk to them people, man. We don't need more stories like this. Y'all can be the catalyst that gets them off that bullshit. I'm finna steal, I'm finna meal, I'm finna get all y'all for all y'all pistachios. I'm gone.